feet, bro.
This
Hands
man
and feet. What can you do with hands and feet, bro? What can you do with hands and feet? Cool. You can do so much with hands and feet.
She was like, get in the kitchen. Tell her to get in the kitchen. I was like, God,
get in the kitchen.
Here's the thing, though. If you're a red-blooded male and you're out there looking to try to smack,
you say a red-blooded male?
Red-blooded male,
as opposed to blue-blooded males?
Exactly. You know, the alien ones.
Yeah, as y'all in the chat can see,
if you out there trying to smack some cheeks and you go and you tell your missus, look, right, go in the kitchen, know that for like a week or something she's gonna make up some shit and or tell you, look, you can get no cheeks, you know. So, you know,
or when she's in the kitchen, you get the cheeks while she's in the kitchen, bro, on the dining room floor. Why not?
Is that what you get up recently?
Hey man, my girlfriend's in another province, bro. I ain't got nothing in the last like.
Blake said dinner's not ready. Well, I'm gonna have me some dinner right now. Spread them cheeks.
Nah, see, Riku, what it is you can't have your dessert before your dinner, but sometimes you gotta go.
Wow. See, y'all already starting. Y'all already going crazy.
Episode 69. Let's go.
as y'all can see, niggas are wild.
You guys are insane.
Also, I'd like to point out that none of you people have lewd profile pictures for episode 69.
Should I get one? I mean, like, people ain't gonna know who's talking if we do that.
What? Everyone looks at that and they go, "Oh, yeah, that's Blake."
My profile picture is already lewd, so I mean, I don't even know what you're talking about. This is a lewd profile picture.
Yes, it's lewd by UK standards.
No, I could send you this is not the whole picture.
Oh Jesus!
Wait, your profile?
I mean, I always wondered why in your picture it showed you having a little blush.
Exactly.
Oh, bro, what's under the table?
Oh,
he's getting blown in the kitchen.
Riku is the one, the only one. He knew. He saw it. He spotted it.
Oh shit, we got a super chat already from Night Fury episode 69, baby. You like to see it, hear it, say it, and perform it. Let's go. He said perform it.
Thank you, Night Fury. We appreciate that, man. Should we all get different pictures just for a little bit?
Hey, man.
I don't know, man.
I'm already here.
Okay, I grabbed this picture at end because one of my favorite Pokemon characters.
Sasuke, his dick's not out.
Again, for straight men, y'all have dicks on your mind more than me, and that's crazy.
No, that's not how it is. That's not how it is.
That's definitely it.
The only dicks that I have on my mind is my dick, and that's it.
That's still more. That's still more than mine.
One dick is a lot of dick, bro.
How am I by and y'all the ones sitting there like, so let me tell you about this penis.
You know what, sister? You're the one who started the penis talk. We be talking about cheeks all this time. You just like, well, so
that
like,
we were talking about ass and eating ass.
Actually, no, I didn't. That came straight out of Blake's mouth. First of all, don't get it twisted.
But speaking of Blake's mouth, why is there not a dick in your profile picture?
Oh my God!
See what I mean?
Yeah.
Y'all see this?
Yo, what is happening?
You know, let me just sip my tea and just shut my mouth.
Yes, I am, Coogan.
Let me see if I can get one real quick. I'm gonna see if I can grab one real quick.
Look, here's the thing, right? Here's what I'm thinking, right? I think that essentially, right, we should all at some point. I think I mentioned this to Shadow. That we should essentially have a profile pic each that's done by the same artist. Basically, they all look like seamlessly connected in some way, shape, or form.
I'm gonna say that look like semen.
No, we don't all look the same, man. We don't all look the same. We don't all look like Sasuke. The point is, right, is that we just
talk your shit, false god.
Hey, Ace Breaker's in here with the $6.99 super chat, says Ahigo profile. Let's go. Anything for you, Ace Breaker. But I pale in comparison
in front of Riku? Blake? Really?
I pale in comparison to your profile picture, Ace Breaker. I'm gonna go. What does Ace have on his profile picture right now? What's Ace got? Oh, was that Steve Harvey? Yes, sir.
What the fuck? I'm not gonna ask.
I don't have him up just yet. Hold on one sec. We're gonna try to get them up. Oh, well, at least I'm gonna try to get mine up.
You know what, though? At one point in time, I actually thought Riku was the Pepe the Frog guy. You know, because he posted.
Oh no! I don't want to. That image in my mind. Oh god.
Riku's especially like when God posts those like visions of the Pepe Frog twicking. I was like, man, Riku, stop twicking on my screen, man. Chill.
Man, oh man.
Lord have mercy.
Pepe is a top tier. Okay.
Why is he so top tier? What's going on with that one?
Well, you tell me why he's not top tier. How about that?
Oh my goodness.
I just want to point out before I met Riku, I did not see this Papega looking motherfucker on my
Me
screen
either. I never saw
nearly
it
as
either.
much.
I just fucks with frogs, okay?
If you go, you fuck frogs.
You fuck frogs? Like, what's that? Huh?
Why do you guys not hear the with part? Wait.
I don't know.
So what Riku's saying is, if you don't cherish and protect Suyu Asui from My Hero Academia, he might shoot you.
Oh,
That's
my
what that
goodness.
sounds like.
If you're a part of Riku's Discord server, bro, about 80 out of his 90 emotes are Pepe, and the other 10 are like SpongeBob.
Pretty much.
And then the other 10 are like Kermit.
Cats.
Mhm.
Kermit the Frog here.
I told you Kermit. I told you these frogs, man.
Kermit the Frog here.
And then Greninja's a beast. Like frogs are
That boy
beasts. Okay?
Greninja? Oh my.
Poliwhirl and Poliwrath.
What?
What's it
What is going on? Why y'all so lewd, man? What's going on? Just because of the 69?
Episode
We're just
69.
talking about frogs. What do you mean? What's lewd about frogs?
You said you wanted to
Only
fuck a
lewd
frog,
frogs.
man.
I said fox with. Goddamn it, with.
Lord have mercy. Y'all see.
Yeah. Ace
It is
Breaker
a
changed his
Sunday-
profile
it is a
picture on
Sunday,
Discord.
it is the
I encourage
Lord's
you all
Day.
to,
It is the Lord's Day, and y'all acting like
keep
this.
Mm.
Lord have mercy.
You know what? That's the thing, you know? That's the thing. Best day to act like this is on a Sunday. Stuff.
Wait, I just noticed Bow's profile picture.
What is Bow's profile picture? Is that
That's C2, baby.
Ooh, hello.
I see not C2. I can only see the butt cheek and the green hair.
That's
So.
Colin.
Never mind.
Oh man, you got
That's
something
right
to
hair.
Colin?
Oh my gosh, yo, Silver Wolf with the $35 super chat saying Tales of Arise is amazing and Emma is still best girl. Wow,
Let's go!
$35 on the street. That's crazy.
$35 is a good price to pay to be a crazy person because Emma is
I
not
know,
best.
right? Talk
you
to
know?
him. Talk to him, Q. Talk to him.
Well,
Nice.
Emma wears glasses, has nice curves, has a nice.
You lost me in
color
glasses.
go.
Can't stand glasses up.
You know the thing
palette.
is,
Like you wear glasses.
Exactly.
Go.
And I hate them every
and
day.
you look.
You know,
good in
someone.
them.
You know, someone brought something up to me.
Flattery
about
will get you everywhere.
Emma. Someone brought something to me about Emma in regards to her role in Cold Steel, and if Celine didn't exist, it would be a very hard argument against why she shouldn't be considered best girl for Reen. For if you replace all of the stuff that Celine does for Reen with Emma, since you know Emma is her his witch for the whole thing, Emma Diggy and whatnot. It would be a hard argument to disagree against all the stuff Emma could have done for him.
What you mean? Okay, you know what? Let's not slander Emma. Emma is best girl. We know
I'm not
that.
saying that. I'm not. That's not Emma slander. I'm just talking about what the situation is right now.
Oh,
you see
okay.
the words you're using that she did for him, right? Why can't she do it with him, right? She doesn't have to do something for him. This is 21st century stuff, right? You don't have women to do things for you. You do things with your women, you know.
I mean, we do things for our women, do we not?
No.
You hold open the door for them, right?
Yes.
You take care of them financially, right?
No.
We do stuff for our women. They sure as fuck ain't opening our doors, are they? Or,
This is going down a place.
That reminds me of a story from a long time ago involving a friend and a woman and holding open a door. He held open
Hey,
he held
you
open
do
the door
stuff
for
for
her.
your women, and they do stuff for you. Okay.
He held open
You
the
can do
door for
stuff
her,
for
and she said, "You don't got to do that." He was like, "Okay, fine. Go back in the store, and I'll leave."
Now what you gotta do is you gotta slam her face in it.
No, like she went back inside. He closed the door and then peaced out, and she was like, "Rude me."
All right. Enough of the shenanigans. We gotta get this started. You guys are crazy. All right.
Why does your icon jiggle every time you talk?
Listen, man. Listen. We
Wait, what? There's a Night Fury super chat, but since it's Sunday, are any of you considering joining the church? What does that say? Adenology?
Adenology. What is that?
I'm
Is
not
that
gonna lie.
is that the
I'm gonna look
worship
it
of
up.
ass?
I'm gonna look it up.
Not gonna lie.
Adenology is a literature about worshiping women's butts. A religious where followers worship big curvy women's butts, lured in by the promise of a faith about big-assed women and body positivity created by LP Garden.
Amen.
I'm not gonna lie. I read that as Anno Domino and got very confused very quickly.
Amen.
Oh my goodness.
My brothers and sisters, we come today in front of the Lord of Cheeks. Amen. And I say, yes, come to me, my children.
You
For
just
the
nut.
Be with you. Amen. I said.
All right, let's get this party started. Let's get started. Welcome, guys. HPMP, the JRPG podcast, episode 69. Man, we got a special episode for you guys here. It might get a little bit, it might go left, but you guys know because it's episode 69. All right, guys. You guys already know we're on Google Play, Apple, we're on Spotify, all that good stuff. I missed the last episode, but it will be up tomorrow along with this episode on the podcast services. Be sure to hit that like button if you are here with us live. Join the conversation. If you catch it in post, be sure to leave a comment and hit the like button if you want. And maybe just leave us a review on the podcast services as well. So let's get started with these intros. Go right ahead, Mr. Looks like Colin is there. What's going on there, Bob?
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to episode 69 of the HPMP podcast. We're happy to have you here. It's Bowser Kerriga, your true podcast leader, champion.
Ah, Jesus.
Savant. And I just want to remind you all that Super Robot Wars 30 comes out next month. You should all buy it day one to support the series.
Are you actually going to play it, Bow?
Yes.
What? Yes, what?
Is that so?
Yes.
I mean, okay.
We're just following your track record for this year, but
I know, right? Yeah, you know.
What track record?
You've been. Let's just say you've been spooky, okay? Even though October is right around the corner, you've been spooky all year long.
It's because I played Fortnite earlier.
Ooh,
I'm allowed to play Fortnite
the entire year. But like I said, we're gonna talk about that later.
Oh,
we could talk about that, or we could talk about Persona 5 Strikers and
your
stuff like that.
profile picture move, Shadow?
Because it has to, man. It's got to.
Why?
Blake, I'm gonna send you a meme I have that's relevant to that picture. I'll send you that later.
Go ahead, Sosuke.
What up, everybody? It is your boy, the action game god, the racing game finesser, and the fighting game legend, Arsu Sosuke, aka Sosuke the Wanderer Gamer. How y'all doing on this fine Sunday evening?
Okay. Q?
so because Susuke said what he just said, which is a lie.
Q, everybody in the chat. First of all, let me let y'all know something. Q challenged me to a game of dive kick. If you're a fighting game fan and you know about dive kick, you know your opinion doesn't matter. And Q lost his melanin 3 days ago.
You had your turn, mate. So here's the thing, right? I'm just saying, since Susuke said these things, these lies, of course, right? The point is that as the husband of dreams, Susuke wants to take my title, right? He wants to steal my title as and become some kind of waifu king, which obviously.
Again, Q, like I said, when you can name a personality trait that isn't the 3 sizes, then you can talk. Until then, sit down and let God do his work.
All I am saying is, I offered Susuke a chance to challenge me for this title. All he had to do was challenge me.
I mean, Q, I've had 5 different people tell me you need to sit down, so...
These are all different profiles of yourself, Susuke. These are
nah. I mean, I'm pretty sure Kaniku's in the chat right now, so... If you wanna talk that shit...
Don't be calling out your profile that you made yourself. The point is...
Listen, man, I'm playing Dead Cells right now while we do this, so my hands are a little busy.
You're making this longer than it needs to be, right? We're here for the cheeks, Susuke. That's it, right? And all I want to say to the chat is, by all means, encourage Susuke to come challenge me to lose, so that I may put him in his rightful place.
I mean, Q, you said Power Rangers Battle for the Grid, right? We could do that on camera. I could smoke through 3-0 real quick.
All right, let's get back to the intros.
Agreed. Riku, go ahead.
Riku's the only one here. How's it going? Good night, right?
And Blake?
It is that time. What's going on, guys? It's me, Ahigo Town HD, coming back to you for another episode of the HPMP podcast, episode 69. It's going to be fun. It's going to be backwards. We're going to shit on Sonic. You love to see it.
I don't like the sound of that. With your profile picture, Blake, that sounds atrocious. Can we not?
And you guys know me. You guys know me, Shadow Elite. It's been a while since I uploaded a video, but I plan to get one uploaded by tomorrow. Go a little bit more in depth with Tales of Arise. So look forward to that. All right, so let's start our first topic. Let's do a one gotta go. We got 3 one gotta goes so far, so we're gonna start off with a one gotta go. Let's see. Let's start off with Trails.
Ooh.
Start with Trails.
This is gonna be fun.
Oh,
Oh, boy.
What did
Like
you
the
do?
trail team that had. Oh,
Shadow,
Oh,
why
wow.
would you do this
Shadow,
to
you
yourself?
can't do this.
Why would you do
That's
this?
not fair.
Why would you do this to yourself?
ooh.
Listen,
I
you know
mean,
All right, to everybody in the chat, if y'all don't see Shadow in like the next 3 days, I
Oh,
most
man.
likely killed him. For
Oh
this.
man.
He was most likely shot.
One gotta go. We got Emma, Laura, and Sarah from the Trails series.
I've already made my choice. Emma's got to go, man.
Lock
You know,
on.
that's it. I'm
Full disclosure,
What?
Q, have you played the Trails games?
I have played the Trails games, and Emma. Here's the thing, right? There's one reason why I don't like Emma. One, she's too much of a nicey girl. For me, I like a little edge in my ladies, and she don't got enough edge for me. And also, that long braid does not work. Your boy don't like them long braids, and you know this, Riku. We had this conversation.
Yes, we did
That
have
long
a
big braid don't work. It don't work. Just don't work. You know. So Emma's out.
Oh my goodness.
see, I dislike Emma for a whole. Emma, out of everyone in Trails, out of everyone most likely to cheat on you, bro, Emma and Vita. And you know why? Because they witches, they snitches, and they keep secrets. All right, that's all I'm saying. Throughout all of
that's
Cold
a
Steel
point.
1 and 2, they be keeping secrets about everything. Kaniku, I'll get to your super chat here in a second. But also, Emma, bro, listen. Emma would literally, she could have 7 boyfriends, and Reed wouldn't know because he doesn't ask questions. Because all of Cold Steel 1 and 2, she'd be doing sus shit. Kaniku with the $2 donation saying challenge people to real fighting games. Q coward. Oh, but anyway. Back to what I was
Love to
saying.
see it.
Emma is a hoe, bro. Emma and Vita,
my
they witches, they
goodness.
snitches, they keeping too many secrets. I've said my piece.
Jesus.
Look at that. Emma being taken down already twice. Oh, she dirty.
All right, Sosuke, bring balance to the force, please.
I can't make this fucking decision. I like
Make
Emma's-
us look at
I
choose between his 3
Emma's
favorite kids.
I like Emma's design. I said what I said about Laura earlier. She can put me in a chokehold and probably break my neck. And Sarah, she just seems like fun.
Exactly. Say no more.
Like, I may just stick with Laura just because off principle, strong women, free.
You don't like strong women. You like women weaker than you. You're saying.
Nah. Laura can put me in a fucking chokehold and end me.
But
You
she
wanna
got.
talk about
That's
strong
the
women,
shit
okay.
I live for.
But she gotta go, right?
You gotta go.
Nah,
Why?
That's the one. The rest can go.
Man, you get me around.
Throw the other 2 away. I'm sorry.
Bow. Bring balance. Bring balance to the force. Come on, man.
I will say, one, I'm choosing Emma, but
Oh, good Lord.
I will say Emma had the best swimsuit in Code Steel 4. I have to give her that.
Oh, my
Val, can you send me that?
Oh, my God. Okay.
Also, Emma's just, in my opinion, up until Code Steel 4, really, was just the weakest character of the three.
Oh, okay. You know what? Stop.
Especially she had no more secret stuff to tell. It's crazy.
Stop. Falcom's finest. All right, we've gotten people. They've got it wrong so far. Falcom's finest. I need you to bring balance to the goddamn force on this one. Okay. All right, one gotta go between these 3. Who you picking?
So, initially, I honestly did not have a fucking answer. This is actually a lot harder than I thought it would have been for me, and I was stumped until Bao said. It was Bao and what Q said, a combination of what they said that made me come to a decision, and that was in regards to talking about a strong woman, right?
Hold up. There's a super chat. Hold it.
Okay, go ahead.
Hold up. We got a super chat from Silver Wolf saying the fact that Emma is on this list is already a sin. Shadow, how much these guys paid you?
Ah, man, listen, I put her on there, man. I had to make sure this was fair. This was fair.
I can tell you, Riku's not going to get rid of Laura because we all know how Riku feels about Laura.
All right, let's see what Riku does. See, Riku, continue. Bring balance. Go ahead.
So, in regards to what I was saying, in regards to their conversation about a strong woman, out of the 3 of them, if we're talking about strong women, that's Sarah.
Mm-hmm.
Sarah is the strongest of the 3, right? Mm-hmm. And then you were talking about your masculine and your feminine types of women. Between Laura and Emma has it in regards to femininity, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, in that regards, obviously Sarah ain't going nowhere. Sarah's
Yeah.
kind of got
Oh,
like
Lord.
both of them down packed.
Mm-hmm.
Between Laura and Emma, I am personally someone who prefers a feminine woman.
There we go.
So unfortunately,
Yes,
even though you
sir.
guys may not think so,
Yes.
I am getting. I can already get my strong woman out of Sarah. So I'm sorry, Laura, you're gonna have to go.
Yes.
Ooh, lying to himself on the
Balance
screen.
is
Remember,
back.
remember, guys.
Riku,
For
think
those
about
of you in the
it.
chat,
You guys look at those ugly braids, Riku, all the time. That
Oh my
long-
god. Yo, stop. Keep.
Remember. We had our conversation about braids. I went with braids, so honestly I like.
Dude,
long
her braids, you
Remember
can
to
use them
everybody in
like
the
a horse
chat.
carriage, bro. When you're doing her from, you can use like a
Oh
horse
my
carriage. Watch
goodness.
out, bro.
To
Oh
everybody
my.
in the chat, these are like three incredible women just from a visual
Minus Emma.
standpoint. So there's no wrong.
I like
answer
all of
here.
them. I love all of them. So I'm not one of like a lot of people on this panel.
Oh,
They
shit.
hate one or the other. I like
Oh shoot, we got a super chat from Night Fury saying, "Riku, why are you even answering when you're not Falcom's finest anymore?" I know.
Oof.
Oh,
Oof.
oh.
Night Fury might get shot. Just saying, Riku might rob Machias for his gun real quick. Who knows?
Oh my god.
Thank you for the money, Night Fury. Moving on.
All right, and now it's me. All right, of course I gotta, bring it
Here we
all
go.
full circle. All right, so first of all, we
He's
can't
gonna say Laura.
we can't get rid of Sarah. Sarah's awesome. She's a teacher. She looks great. She can kick ass. We can't get rid of Sarah. And you guys know how I feel about Emma. So Emma is an elegant creature. She will do anything for you. She will support you. She is confident. She is assertive. She is a great character. All right. She may be hiding secrets, but she got her reasons. Okay. All right. Now it just comes to freaking male or female Reen, as it were, Laura. Every time I look at Laura, I say she could be just the female protagonist for the Trail series. And I don't like that. Alright? I did like her little bonding event in Cold Steel 4. Don't get me wrong. It was pretty cute. But other than that, Laura don't do nothing for me. So Laura, get the hell up out of here. And actually, we're going to have to get rid of Sarah as well. So Emma is the only real one that stands.
See?
Let's talk about it.
Alright? So, yeah. Alright, so everybody else, you guys were wrong. People in the chat, if you got rid of Emma, you're crazy. On the panel, I'm disappointed you guys for getting rid of Emma. You guys don't know quality when you see it. It's just facts.
You know, this is democracy, right? And only 2 people voted to leave Emma in, so she out.
No, sir.
I'd like to bring up real quick that at least on my side it says there's 69 viewers.
Can we get to 69 likes? Perfectly balanced.
That's all things should be. Alright, let's go on to the first topic here. Let's talk about let's just go over real quick what's going on with these what's going on with Sonic, man.
Oh boy.
What's happening here, Blake? Well, why did this game come out a broken mess?
All right. So as you know, everyone in the chat, Sonic Colors Ultimate dropped first week in September. I want to say it's been like 2 weeks now since it's been out. Sonic Colors Ultimate is a solid game. It is fun. It is great if you don't have a Switch. But I'm sure you guys have seen the weird bugs that have been happening. People have had seizures from the Switch version. That has been patched so far, but all the actual issues have not been patched. Sega worked overtime to patch that seizure issue as fast as they could, because they could probably be sued for that. The people making Sonic Colors Ultimate is a studio called, I think it's Blind Squirrel Entertainment. They're known for their ports. They ported BioShock. They ported Mass Effect Legendary. They've ported a lot of games that have no affiliation to the Switch. As far as I can tell, this was their first ever Nintendo Switch project, and it kind of shows that they really did not know how to port for the Switch. So the Switch version, all the versions have a lot of bugs, like audio bugs, graphical bugs. I actually can't even platinum the PS4 version because every time I get close, there's a crash that happens on my PS5. So as of right now, without the patch, I cannot complete my 100% of the game. But on the Switch itself, the Switch has it way worse off. The Switch has graphical issues that had those seizure-inducing bugs. It had like clipping. It had this weird fish Sonic bug where Sonic would turn like into a fish if he boosted
that
one or something like that.
That one actually came off the result of someone emulating the game on Yuzu.
Was that the emulator? Okay, see, there's so much like there was so many people that were actually playing it on what's it called? Yuzu? Is that what it's called?
Yes.
So many people playing it on Yuzu. We really don't actually know how much of them were like. So there's some people that were saying, "Oh, this happened to me on actual hardware." And it's like, did it happen on actual? Like we just really don't know. So there's so much negative energy going around about this game right now. And it really sucks because I give it a review. And if you guys haven't seen the review, I definitely recommend you check it out. I give my honest thoughts and opinions about it. Sonic Colors Ultimate, without any bugs, it would be such a good game. It's a return to form. It feels way better than Forces. Everything, the Ghost Wisp, the Phantom they added feels so just natural in the game. Graphically, it's really nicely upscaled. It's not like super bad. Like it overall, it's a good Sonic game. But where would we be in a Sonic game without some sort of hiccup? And Ace Bricker with the donation saying Sonic 2020. I'm in danger.
I'm in danger.
Yeah. No. So also here's the scary thing. So I've been talking about how Sonic Rangers, I kind of have faith in it because it's had a longer development cycle. Sonic Forces started development in 2013. It had 4 years to develop, and presumably Sonic Rangers has 4 years to develop. So I don't have any faith anymore. I'm legitimately terrified to see what Rangers is going to be, and as a Sonic fan right now, it's just we had such a good victory with the movie turning out good, as opposed to what we thought it was going to be, which it looked like trash. But I just overall Sonic Colors Ultimate, it's a really great game. But as it is right now, if you want a perfect experience, I highly recommend waiting for the actual patches for them to fix everything, because it doesn't matter what version you're playing on. Every version has the same bug. It's just the Switch version had more bugs. So PlayStation or the PS4 version / PS5, I guess playing it on a PS5. The Xbox One Series X version, even the PC version has the same bugs, and I don't think there's any mods out currently to fix it. So I highly recommend just waiting for the patches to come out before you actively attempt this game, if you are interested in 100%ing it, because it can be really difficult to 100% it with some of these crashes. And Kaneko out here saying Forces had 3 years solely on the engine, 1 on the game. Is that what they spent 3 years on the Hedgehog engine? Really?
Yes.
And the Hedgehog engine is just...
Me and Kaneko have had this talk before.
And the thing about the Hedgehog engine is it's just upscale Generations engine. Like...
I just don't get like how Sega can be this terrible with like
it's not even
their head honcho. Like I don't know if it's their head honcho at this point, but it's like why aren't you creating good games for this? Because the fan base is there.
So last year, being 2020, Sega had as a company overall for games that released, Sega had the highest review scores on Metacritic because there was no Sonic game released last year.
And that kind of says something about how they've been letting specific development teams handle. Like they've been letting specific development teams handle Sonic in such a way instead of like putting them in check and telling them, "Hey, do X, Y, and Z."
It kind of like imagine like how Nintendo, for example, Cadence of Hyrule was made by an indie team, and that had some really good quality control. But imagine Nintendo like outsourcing Mario to a new developer every game.
But the thing about it is, I'm sure Nintendo will beat on their ass and tell them to make an actual good Mario game.
Yeah, they would.
See, but the thing is, though, we got Age of Calamity, so you wonder.
No. Blake, you want to know the last time Nintendo let another dev team just kind of do whatever? The CDI games. Any Nintendo game released for the Panasonic CDI, immediate garbage. They disown that.
So at this point, we just don't have any more faith in Sonic games anymore, do we?
As a Sonic fan, I would always love to say, hey, new Sonic game's coming out. I'm excited, but no matter how excited, I remember talking to Tarks a while ago, back when after like the Sonic Direct they had in May, and I was like, Sonic Ranger's about to be some heat. It looks great. And Tarks replied to the tweet and said, if it's trash, we're gonna call you on it. And I said, no, it won't be trash. Oh, now you young Blake. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
And the thing, it's just, I honestly think that Mania was great. because Mania, what is the Mania team doing? Let them make a 3D Sonic game, or the people that made like the meme of hire them Sega. Literally, every year Sega has Sage, which is the I think it's either Sonic or Sega Amateur Game Expo.
It's Sonic Amateur Game Expo.
Okay, and they see these like guys that are making Sonic fan games, and they never do anything with them. Like, I feel like if you win Sage that year, you should get like a job from Sega as an incentive or something, because like some of these fan projects, some of these 3D Sonic games really just feel good.
Like, Sega doesn't host it. Sega doesn't host it. What they do is they allow it to happen.
Oh, so it's just the opposite of Nintendo. Got it.
Yeah.
No, I just feel like Riku has said in the past, I won't exactly quote what he said in case Sega's listening, because they didn't give me a review code, Lord knows why. Just in case Sega's listening, I won't quote what Riku said, but Riku might have the right idea in terms of Sonic Team, bro. Let them work on something else. They make Phantasy Star, and Phantasy Star is great. Just rename them like Phantasy Star Team, or just not Sonic Team, or just make Sonic Team like run by someone else. Like, I think it's time for like a change of the guard now, kind of like. Miyamoto's still working on Zelda because he's still making good Zelda games.
Numa.
But that's what I meant to say.
So let's see. Riku or anybody else, you guys got anything else to say about Sonic?
Literally none. My passion for Sonic died when I played 06 back in 06. So
06 was 14 years ago. Let it go.
Nah, there are some games that burn people that bad.
With regards to Sonic, it's just that who do you think would actually make a good Sonic game to begin with? Outside of like fan game, like is there?
Talked about this.
Yeah, I think we talked about this already.
Oh, you say Sucker Punch?
No, Naughty Dog. No, it is
Naughty Dog. Sorry, not Naughty Dog.
Yeah,
I was thinking Ratchet and Clank, and then I said yeah.
I don't think Naughty Dog. They haven't showcased anything.
Actually, no. If they did, it would be like a really raunchy Sonic and Elise bang, kind of.
Okay, so here's the follow up to that then. Because of the fact that this is not in the show notes, so I guess I could mention it. Because of the fact that that TGS is coming up and Microsoft have an announcement to make, and potentially they've acquired a new studio.
It's not Sega.
What?
There is no way.
How do you know who it is? You'd be like, oh, it's not Sega. Like, you got to.
Because the rumors of Microsoft acquiring Sega have been happening for the last 2 years, and it hasn't happened. I also think Sega as a company.
I think that's more so because of the fact that they had some sort of rule where a company created outside of Japan can't
acquire
companies made in Japan.
Is that really a thing?
Yes.
Yeah, that is really a thing. And Sony is a company that is made in Japan, even though they're currently, mostly ran in America right now. Sony is a Japanese company, so that's the main reason why Microsoft can't really grab a Square or a fucking Sega, even if they probably have the money to.
I guess that makes sense why they took Bethesda then, because that's an American company.
They could just snatch that up real quick.
And Mojang as well. Yeah, no, that actually makes a lot of sense.
Is there no workaround to this?
So
no
workaround. Yeah, Sega stays independent and keeps making terrible Sonic games. Let Atlas make a Sonic game. It might take 10 years. We'll let them make a Sonic game.
He's got a point.
I just don't understand why they won't go with like. I think the only good Sonic games I played were Generations and Colors. Those were by far to me like default just good Sonic games. Why can't you just take that template?
And keep doing that.
Like, what's the problem here?
Because a lot of game companies have this mentality, Sega and Nintendo specifically have this mentality of they have to keep trying and innovating and improving on the previous idea instead of just giving people what they want.
With Sonic, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Because at this time, it's
literally Dragon Quest. And look how good Dragon Quest is doing right now.
It's always been amazing.
It's crazy we don't have a new F-Zero because they want to try something new and can't think of any ideas.
Because Sega outperformed them on making that. It wasn't just Nintendo making F-Zero GX. And
if you also think about, like, say, Mario, like 3D Mario games kind of typically all feel the same, but they add new gimmicks every game. It's the same formula, new gimmicks. That's really what you should be doing. I think like the Mega Man games add that too as well, like same gameplay, different gimmicks.
Now that I think about it, don't Sonic games actually do that too? Because I did this like Sonic with a sword, Sonic with a whole bunch of colors.
No, but
Sonic
gimmick. a lot. Like a lot of
they're not refining their like baseline stuff is what we're saying.
Okay.
They need to refine and solidify their baseline stuff before they go out and do all of the gimmicks. Which is
Like
not
Sonic Adventure and Sonic Heroes play kind of nothing alike.
That's true. Okay.
But Sonic Adventure and Sonic Adventure 2, you know, the
goats.
you know, that baseline, I know, right? Those baseline gameplay mechanics were solidified, you know, and then they started to adding the stuff that fit in, like, you know, grinding on rails and, you know, light speed dash without charging up with the light speed shoes, those type of things. They're not doing that, you know, moving forward in Sonic games. It seems like they're changing the baseline stuff while adding.
They always just start from scratch.
Yeah, without solidifying a good baseline. Apparently that good baseline was in Generations, but they fucked that up after Generations.
Oh, they absolutely did. Oh, we got two super chats. One from Kaniku saying Forces was just boost with bad level design. They did use the same formula. The only main line to change since 08 was Lost World. And also, fun fact I found out, the level designers for Forces were all new people.
Wasn't Lost World a good game?
No,
it wasn't. Oh, really? It wasn't.
No.
The show was good.
Oh, okay.
No, you're thinking of Boom Sosuke.
Oh, right, my bad.
Not Lost World. Lost World was like Mario Galaxy, like 8 years after Mario Galaxy came out. Or no, it wasn't that long. Like it kind of tried to. It just wasn't that great.
It tried to capture that lightning in a bottle that Mario Galaxy did, but then dropped off some of the things that people liked.
A lot of the level design was also just run from A to B. But Ace says, remake Sonic Adventure 1, please. You know what's funny?
Why haven't they done that yet? Like, what's the problem here? Sonic gets all this bad rap. You know the GOATs are Adventure 1 and 2. Just go back to that one if you want to make some more money and put Sonic back on the map.
Just get fucking Blue Point.
Here's I can't remember when this article came out, but apparently Sega, I think it was some sort of report or something. I don't know how true it is, but Sega apparently shelved Sonic Adventure 1 and 2 remakes because Forces was a commercial success. I think I talked about that on the show once.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because Forces did so well, they figured they didn't need to remake Adventure 1 and 2.
This is what I'm talking about. Vote with your wallet, people. Stop fucking supporting these shitty fucking games. Even though you might think this might be the one where it's not going to be the case. No, stop it.
So
it's not going to
give them your money. Even when it's going to be the shitty thing, they see the fucking money in their pocket. And they're like, well, I guess they like it. Look at the sales.
Because I think at this point,
you guys are the problem at this point.
I think at this point, because Sonic is more, unfortunately, well, I guess given what he is, he's more geared towards kids at this point. So kids are gonna get it, and they always release it every holiday season. And you know, holiday season kids want games, so you know Sonic is gonna be one of those games that they get. So those are automatic sales right there.
Oh, another thing I forgot to mention: people dove into the code of the PC version. And surprise, surprise, Sonic Colors Ultimate was incredibly rushed, and they had a ton of extra features they wanted to add in, like playable Tails, playable Shadow, playable Metal Sonic, and they cut it all because Sega wanted them to release it before Christmas.
You said Sonic Colors, right?
Yeah, Sonic Colors Ultimate.
Yeah, because like
it had a ton of cut features.
Because like by the time the holiday season roll around, the game's gonna be like what, $20, and people are just gonna buy it for it to be cheap. So
I cannot remember the last time Sega allowed a Sonic game to be made without crunch. Maybe Mania, but
it's sad.
Even then, apparently all the Mania Plus stuff, like Mighty and Ray, was supposed to be in the original release. So
it's sad. Sonic was one of my favorite things back in the day, but now he's just a shell of his former self, and probably will never go back to being.
I would like Sonic to get the Mega Man 11 treatment, where they just make a game again that people really enjoy.
Mania, wasn't it Mania?
Well, no. Like I'm talking about for 3 Sonic.
Because, you mean like the Spyro Crash route, like when they made Crash 4?
Yeah, do that.
I mean, if they actually did remake Adventure 1 and 2,
they need to remake that shit first.
Yeah. No. If they were to remake Adventure 1 and 2 and then do Adventure 3, that'd be great.
That's how it needs to go. And
as much as we harp on Pokemon, at least Pokemon's products that they make, they're still subpar in like a mid, but they're functioning games. I can't say that for Colors Ultimate half the time.
True.
I love to hear that.
Right, like you could sit there and play a Pokemon game and be like, it still works.
Got that Dragon Quest syndrome.
And by the way, I did a bit of research while you guys were talking, and apparently, yes, a foreign company can buy a Japanese company. It's just they have to make an application to the Japanese government, and the government has to approve it. So
The
I've
government has to
probably
say,
been
yes,
getting
you can take
denied.
this country out of our. You can take this company out of our country.
I'm just saying, Nintendo could, say, well, we're gonna donate some laptops.
I can see Nintendo buying Sega before I see.
If
Sony buying
Nintendo
Sega.
made Sonic games, bro, oh my god! Like in the perfect timeline, they made great Sonic games. In the worst timeline, they limit Sonic to only Mario and Sonic games, and that's all we get.
No, Blake.
Think about this: if Nintendo bought Sega, then Persona 6 would have to be on Nintendo.
Exactly.
Yeah, it would.
Think about it like this, right? If Microsoft bought Sega, right? One, Xbox Game Pass is gonna have a lot of Sega games on there, and my 10.
I mean, they already do with all of the.
They already have quite a bit on there.
Yeah, but I mean, you want Sega,
but a lot more than continue.
I don't care about
All
Bethesda games. Let's put it that way, right? I just want
Lord, here we go.
some Tales.
God.
All right, let's move on from Sonic. Sonic's dead. It's gonna die. Don't be so quick to jump at the new one that's coming out in what 2022.
That's what they say. And all the rumors and leaks and all the play testers that are leaking it have claimed it's going to be an open world Sonic game.
Oh wow, that's still not gonna do it. Okay, you know what?
I'm not getting my money until I.
And you know what?
These are some Metacritic scores.
People are gonna go out there, they're gonna buy it, and then they're gonna be like, "Oh, this was fine. It's good. Let's keep making this crap." You guys,
I'm just worried about like even if it is remotely good, if it comes out anywhere near Breath of the Wild 2 and it is an open world game, it can be as good as it wants to be. It's not competing.
Like you're gonna say one whether it's good or not.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm going to review it. It's my I'm a Sonic tour, bro. What you mean?
All right, let's move on. So PlayStation had a showcase recently. They showed off a whole bunch of games, but one game or two games in particular got people talking. One was Project Eve, and the other one was Forspoken. Now, a lot of people were talking about Project Eve, saying that the main character looks a little bit too, what's the word I'm looking for? Feminine? Sexualized. There we go. It looks a little bit too sexualized. But then we look at Forspoken and we see a more grounded, more realistic looking female. And it got people talking. About what sexuality means in games, about how you look at female characters as objects and whatnot. So first off, looking at Project Eve, does this look like a game you guys are going to want to play?
Yeah.
Yes, actually.
Yes.
Can I just start to be honest, right? When they say like it's not realistic or whatever have you with women on, the character in Project Eve, has anyone been to a gym in recent times?
No, they haven't. That's something I was gonna bring up. People who sit there and say that
they've definitely not been to the gym, because I go to the gym from time to time, and pretty much 99.9% of the women in the gym look like the character in Project Eve in the sense of what they're wearing. It maybe doesn't shine as much, but it's like skin tight, kind of like leggings and all that.
Or you can you don't even have to go to the gym. How about you just open up Instagram?
Exactly.
Touch grass, my nigga.
Open up Insta. Everyone's on their social medias all the time, right? Go to OnlyFans. Go to Instagram.
Exactly.
You tell me some of those girls aren't even thicker than this girl right here. They make this girl look like a goddamn toothpick.
Like this girl is rather normal.
So she kind of just looks like a regular Asian lady.
That's what right. The first time I went to San Francisco, right, one of the things I noted was that pretty much most of the women in San Francisco walk around in leggings. Now I don't know if this was just the day the time I was there, but they just walk. Leggings is like the national outfit for San Francisco for the time that I was visiting, right? And that's essentially what she's wearing. It looks like she's wearing some sort of leggings outfit, what's equivalent to like leggings, and like a full upper body version of it as well, like a full bodysuit thing. There's nothing wrong with that. There's literally none. And I think the thing is, the people who complain about stuff like this, it's either they're uncomfortable with the way their body looks, and so they just want to sort of like say, oh, well, you know what, this is not realistic, because maybe they don't, maybe they've not been able to get their body to look like this, which is fine. Right? People have different body types, and that's all fine and all and dandy. But the fact of the matter is, you shouldn't say that one body type is right
acceptable
just because of the fact that you may not be of that body type, right? Generally speaking, I'm a skinny guy. I'm a slim guy. I gain no weight. I can eat whatever the frack I want, and I will gain 0 pounds, right? But I don't go out there being like, you know what, man, chubby dudes, man, not the natural body type. They should be slim like me. No. And I don't expect anyone to say, oh, you know what, slim guys, that's not the body type. No, you gotta have like abs or something or whatever. The fact of the matter is that, look, everyone's different. Everyone's different, and we like different things too. And if this was really a real problem, right? Websites like OnlyFans and, just to be honest, Twitter is quite frankly one of the most adult places out there. The fact of the matter is, these websites would not exist, and the people who make the stuff on the websites that they put up would not make money. And these people make money. They make bank. OnlyFans people make bank. You know, websites like Suicide Girl, bank. I'm just saying, this is not a problem, right? It's people who are trying to say, look, one body type is better than the other, or one is right and the other one is too sexualized. That's a problem, right? And it's also the people who dress little kids like adult grown women. They're the problem, right?
Yes, they really fucking are.
I go out and I go to shops and I see two-piece swimsuits for little girls. What the fuck does a little girl need a two-piece swimsuit for, right? She ain't got no boobs. She's a little girl. She should be wearing a onesie or something. I mean, she can wear whatever the hell she wants, to be honest. But the fact of the matter is that I've started noticing people dress their kids like an adult would be dressed, and then they say, well, that's fine. But then they tell adults that they shouldn't look a certain way because it's too sexualized. That's BS. And then this is a fact.
If I may, Q?
Let me just finish this last thought. This is a fictional character. It does not matter. That's the final point. My final point is people get bent over backwards for bullshit, man. But continue. You go on. It's all good.
What I was gonna say is that people in general have this weird stigma just about clothing in society where it's like it has to be X way because I said it had to be that way, and if you think that way, you're wrong, and you defend specific objectification and all this bullshit. And I sit there like, no, that's not at all how life works. Just because a character is designed a certain way, just because someone dresses a certain way, unless it's morally incorrect and something genuinely fucked up, you need to relax. Like, dressing kids like that, yeah, that's morally wrong, and you need to chill. If it's a whole grown-ass woman dressing like that, shut the fuck up. No one wants to hear it. Nobody wants to deal with your little pissy attitude about how other adults are dressed because you've never actually taken the time out of your life to be an adult. You've had to always try and dictate how someone else lives. It's fucking annoying.
Was there any backlash about like Bayonetta's design? Because for all intents and purposes,
yes,
I don't remember.
Back when
there was a bit, but not as much as now. Like if Bayonetta came out now, she would be destroyed.
I think it's because there's a culture now where people have this sort of like this mindset of body positivity, but in a sort of negative connotation. So there's
backhanded comment.
Because it's like body positivity, where body positivity should be everyone could be happy about how they look if it doesn't affect anyone. If your looks or whatever have you, you're happy with yourself, no one should even care, right? It's no one's business, right? But then people have this thing where it's like, I want my look to be the thing, because this whole thing where they say that's not what real women look like, that kind of crap. Look, fam, real women look like a bunch of different things, right?
Like for real.
Real blokes look like different. I'm sure if we were all to put on our cams right now, we all look like different people, right? We all don't have the same body type. We all look different, right? And it's the same for the chat. I'm sure everyone in the chat looks different from everyone else in the chat. Can any one of us say this is not what real men look like or real women look like? No, we all look different. That's
exactly. You can't walk into a gym, look at some dudes and say, you don't look like Jotaro and Dio. Get the fuck out. No, that's not how that works.
Like, that's not life. That's not what real life is. You know who does? You know who do that? People who are so engrossed in fiction and can't ascertain the difference between fiction and reality. That's the kind of people who do that.
Interesting. Interesting super chat.
Yeah, we got a super chat from Whacktastic saying, why is this character criticized, but Mommy MILF Milker's Lady Dimitrescu is praised? Talk to me.
Because people are fucking weird. Just because I don't like Dimitrescu doesn't mean everyone else can. Just because some people like this chick from Project Eve doesn't mean nobody else can sit there and go, I don't like it, but I'm gonna leave it alone.
And to be honest, the more I look at her, like she looks really tame. compared to if you watch something like Dead or Alive when their boobs are clearly like bouncing around everywhere and like it's very implicated. No, this looks like Bayonetta 3 because Bayonetta 3 doesn't exist.
Exactly. Like, I'm pretty sure I follow a cosplayer on Twitter. I'm pretty sure by the time the game comes out, she'll have a full cosplay ready, and people will be like, you know, maybe the character design isn't that bad after all because some hot chick is dressed as her in real life.
That's not what's going to happen, Suski. The people who complain about these sort of stuff are not people who I love that snoo comment. Good job. Anyway, but the thing is, the people who complain about these sort of stuff, they're not the people who actually look at things like, for example, they're going to check out cosplay of the character, or they don't care. They just see an image. They've probably just seen a still image of this, or maybe they watched the video quickly and they were like, "Ooh, I already hate this already because the character has cheeks and I probably don't have cheeks, right? The cheeks look too shiny to my eyes. Oh, the horrors." And then they just go on their keyboard and they type some angry comment somewhere and say, you know, this is a problem. You know, this is giving women unrealistic body proportions or looks or whatever nonsense that they may come up with, right? And at the end of the day, this game is probably not going to be for kids to begin with. This is an adult
for
game.
real. Like, if you buy your kid this game and then get mad at the game, you're an irresponsible parent or guardian.
That's a whole different thing. If you're getting mad at an M-rated game for not appealing to like everyone or something, like listen. That's like going after Senran Kagura and saying, "I'm a female, bro, and I don't like women. Make a dude game." No, that's not how that works.
Like, this was clearly made with a specific audience in mind. If you're not the audience, leave.
Yeah, just leave. That's the thing. Because in the same way, right? Someone could say, like, for example, a game like what's that game that's something colors or whatever have you, right?
Life is Strange.
Sorry,
Life is Strange.
Life is Strange.
Someone could say, you know what? I don't fancy the main protagonist in Life is Strange. I don't like her look, or I don't like the way her character storyline goes on, all that kind of stuff. But that person doesn't have to go out there and say, you know what, life is, no one should play Life is Strange or try to get Life is Strange cancelled. They just don't play Life is Strange because there are a lot of games out there that I don't like the characters, or I don't like the way they look, or I don't like the story, or whatever aspect of it. I just don't play those games. I just don't.
I was let me get a word in regards to this now, because you're starting to touch on what I was going to say when my part came up, but you've been going along a little too long there, Q.
Riku, you can anytime, man. You know what it is.
I know, I understand, but I just thought, all right. I thought Shadow was gonna be like, all right. So what do you think about this, Ricky? Which anyway, point is, no, I agree with everything you said, Q. And I was going to give some examples in regards to what you were referring to. So if you remember back when The Last of Us Part 2 came out, a lot of people were not happy about how the designs and the characters, they're saying stuff like Abby, her design is too masculine, she's too muscular, why doesn't she look more feminine or whatnot, right? And like you said, if you don't like it, just don't fucking play the game, right? And then another example we have is if you saw the most recent trailer for Horizon Forbidden West, where her face looks like it has a little more chub to it, and people were mad at the fact that her face doesn't look more thin and feminine, and people, I think someone I don't know if they were an Xbox fanboy or whoever the fuck did it, but someone created like a filtered version of her face where it was a little more slim and she had more makeup and lipstick on, and they're like, I fixed it, guys. And people ran with that picture of Aloy instead of what the creators had. And then the third example I have right now, and this one was in this exact same PlayStation conference, where even though they didn't show the character, they showed this character's design after the conference, and that is how the depiction of what Thor is going to look like in the next God of War. And everybody, well, not everybody, but a lot of people online were like, oh, why is Thor some fat fuck? Blah, 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 blah. Right? And, they were comparing him to Thor in the Marvels. And, obviously, if you know anything about Norse mythology, you would know that Thor is more of a thick man, right? He's a big boy, right? And Marvel's depiction of the character is when they were creating their version of Thor back whenever they created it, someone was like, I'm gonna make our depiction of Thor more of a your typical muscular white man that you usually see. And no, everyone's fine with how Marvel depicted in, you know, some other versions of Thor went off of that one, but a lot of people know Thor for being how Marvel had it in comparison to how he is actually depicted in mythology.
Mm-hmm.
But the point is, and the point to all of these examples is, when the video game developer decides to create a character, right? Someone's in charge of that creative decision, and no one on the outside should be whining, bitching, or moaning about how that character should be depicted, you know, regardless if they're fat, if they're thick, if they're muscular. It doesn't fucking matter. This isn't, they want you to buy the game, but they're not catering this design specifically for you, right? Is a specific audience they want to get, right? And whoever created it, probably that was their thing. Mm-hmm. But people just need to fucking stop whining and moaning about character depictions. It just is so fucking annoying now. And every single one of those examples I gave, including this girl right here in EVE, Project EVE, they all give me a fucking migraine, and I'm so fucking tired of it.
As a fan
hold on, Sosuke. Bob, you got anything you want to say about this?
My quick general thoughts is that, one, you brought this up before, Shadow, where it seems like a real double standard when it comes to Japanese-made games, and they're more scrutinized for the way their women look compared to Western games or more popular Western influence games like Resident Evil, as we talked about with Lady Demi, whatever her name is. How everyone on the internet was horny for her, and it was okay. How she and now we get this girl from EVE, and now it's suddenly a problem just because of the way she looks. When it's also silly because, in my opinion, she doesn't look like unrealistic at all or hypersexualized at all. She's just wearing a skin-tight suit, and that's it. Like, her body proportions are normal, all things considered. Like, I've seen a million girls that look like her. She's not that special.
Maybe the camera angles that happen when she's fighting and whatnot, you know, make it look more profound, but that doesn't change the fact that on what you just said.
Right. So we got a super chat. Whatever Riku's done. Ahead. We got a super chat from Black Century King saying, "What are your guys' opinions on characters that were made that were made be tamed still get called ugly by crazy dudes? That seems to cause the circle you guys are talking about to keep spinning and the cycle in a chaotic way." Yeah, no, it's everyone. Everyone has shit to say about everything.
Yeah, like I said earlier when I was doing my part, Black Century King. Yeah, characters like Aloy, like I said, Aloy's face has a little more chub to it, and people got mad about that, about how she should look more sexy, right? So I'm not saying that characters that look sexy. I'm not just defending the characters that look sexy. Like I said, I'm also defending the characters that don't look sexy depending on who you ask, right? And that's why I pointed out Abby from The Last of Us. People didn't, other than the other stuff that Abby did, people did not like how Abby looked, or people also didn't like how Ellie looked.
It also reminds.
Like how. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, it actually reminds me of a real life example I just remembered. So I think it was a kindergarten teacher that sparked a lot of outrage online because of the way she was dressed. And when you look at the way she's dressed, she's just wearing a body length dress. But the issue people had with her is that apparently she was just voluptuous by nature. So people were pissed at her for dressing like that when she literally was dressed how any other teacher would be. And I don't know, it's just weird how it's almost like people love to say, "Oh, own your sexuality, everybody's beautiful," but then they see a person that is stereotypically like attractive. And then they take issue with it on a personal level.
Even it's not fair, like in the sense like they say that everyone's beautiful, but there's in their mind, even though they say everyone is beautiful, in their mind there's an exception. The exception is everyone's beautiful except the people who fit the what societally considered to be beautiful by the culture that we exist in like most of these Western countries that we exist in. Because in some countries, different body types are considered sexier. Like
Yeah.
a thicker woman, with maybe some thicker cheeks or something. They may be like, oh, you know what? She's got nice childbearing thighs or something, and that's sexy in that culture. Maybe in like an Eastern culture or something like that.
Someone
right?
told my girlfriend that when she was 12 years old.
Yeah.
Shoot that person.
I wish I could. I wish I could. I don't know where he is, but I'll find him.
I'm gonna say this. I think that more mainstream media is very sensitive to these issues when they say a really attractive girl, because I definitely see it in more recent Capcom games. When you look at Jill and you look at Claire, especially when you look at them default, they just look like normal everyday girls. They're trying not to offend anybody who's playing the game. They don't want them to look too good. They don't want them to look too unrealistic. What you guys have been saying, these girls exist. Hot girls exist. Form-fitting girls, they all exist. They're out there. You just don't want those girls who are not as pretty as them to feel bad. So you make them look a little bit more down to earth, I guess you could say. But again, down to earth is still those pretty thick girls that still do exist. So it's weird, and it can spark controversy if you, as we can see, if you make those girls look too good. Like if you make Jill look too curvy, not like huge breasts or anything like that, but if you make her look like her waist is thin, really thin, her thighs are really kind of pronounced, that will cause a problem and cause people to start talking about it.
Isn't that between Super Smash Bros. 4 and Ultimate, they toned down they made Zero Suit Samus more like muscular as opposed to just really like thick as she was in 4?
Yeah, in the context of Samus, that makes a little more sense given that.
She's super strong. But yeah, I'm really curious how like people are gonna react when they have Zero Suit Samus in Metroid Prime Dread, or if they have it in Metroid Prime 4. Like when you see Zero Suit Samus in HD, because she looks hot in Other M. Are people gonna have issues with Zero Suit? Because what's her face here? Project Eve. Does main character have a name? Is her name Eve?
Yes, Eve.
We don't know.
Okay, yeah. So her suit, it like looks very Bayonetta / like Zero Suit. Like it's skin tight. Like it looks shiny. Like it. But people love Zero Suit Samus, and I've never heard people say Zero Suit Samus is disproportionate or whatnot. But like, I wonder how people are going to react to that.
You just don't see anybody going crazy about Forspoken. Like Forspoken has her lead character. She looks down to earth. She looks normal. Nobody's going crazy. Honestly. She does. She looks boring to me. Like I'd rather play as. Listen, when I play a game. And I'm playing as a female. Yes, I want my female to look good. Like I want to like the person that I'm looking at. I'm playing as. Like I like to look at pretty things. What is the problem with that? Maybe that's me from a guy's perspective.
No. It's not. Go ahead, Rico.
Let me say this real quick in regards to what Shadow just said. I think the people who are not liking this character's design, I think these are types of people who want to self-insert themselves into the characters, which is why they are liking the Forspoken design more instead of this Eve girl's design, because like everyone has been saying, they don't see themselves as this sexy looking character. They see themselves more as this regular or basic character. And if you saw the trailer for Forspoken, you see that it's basically an isekai. She's a regular girl who's getting pulled into this fantastical type of world. So it's like that you can, from jump, the story is already setting itself up to be a format where you can self-insert yourself into. And I'm not really the type of person to need to connect myself to the character that I'm playing. And since that's not the case, the character can look and be whoever they are, because I don't have to connect to them. So I think that's a big part of it in regards to a lot of people. There's two different types of people that feel they need to connect with characters, which there's nothing wrong with that. They want to relate and whatnot, but just know that comes at a cost when you can't relate to something in there, whether it's their body type or the color of their skin or whatnot, then they think something's wrong with the game, when in actuality something's wrong with
Some don't dumb. You know what the thing too is that if a developer, in the same way that if you don't like a game or you don't like an aspect of a game, you don't have to buy it. You can just say, hey, you know what? Because the amount of games that come out on a month by month basis, we struggle just to think, okay, man, I'm gonna have to play this, I'm gonna have to play that, I'm gonna have to play that. I can't remember if it was Bao or someone who posted a picture of like all the games that are coming out like this month or in the next week or whatever have you, and it's like a lot, right? And when you consider like developers, in the same way that players can complain about, they can say like, hey, I don't want to buy this. Developers can't complain if someone doesn't buy their game. If someone doesn't buy the game because they don't like it, then hey, it's a fair game.
Be that way.
Yeah.
All right. Any last thoughts about this? Well, let's just get it. I think I asked it in the beginning. Does this look like a game everybody's gonna play?
Yes. Yes,
100%.
It is Bayonetta 3. There is no Bayonetta 3, but this is Bayonetta 3.
Pretty much. Like, I'll definitely be playing this whenever I get the chance to.
Okay. All right.
I'm looking forward to both this and Forspoken.
I'm definitely playing. I'm playing Eve. I'm not playing Forspoken. And yes, this is because of the lead character. I'd rather look at this lead character. Plus, the gameplay looks a lot more fun. I ain't gonna lie.
Well, I'm gonna be real with you. When it comes to like Project Eve, low-key wish we could play as the other chick with the helmet that comes on and like has the holographic skull face. I just think that looks cool as fuck.
That was the same one.
Nope, that was a different person, and I'm like, I want to play as that person.
Sort of an antagonist character.
Forspoken's main character looks like literally every character Ubisoft makes in every game. Like she looks really bland, and she got isekai, bro. Why can't you be reincarnated as a slime or something?
Her face was like mocapped after like a real chick. I can't remember her.
And it's interesting about that chick because what I see in the trailer is not what I see with the chick in real life, because somebody did like at me with a picture. I was like, you just added me her real face. You know what her real face has? Her hair done. She has eyeshadow. She's got makeup on and all that stuff. I do not see that on the girl that we're playing as. Mm-hmm. So what are you guys saying, that you guys don't like makeup on your girls as well or something like that?
Here's the thing. I understand not having the makeup because, like, in regards to her character and story, she was just a regular girl doing her thing, and she got pulled into here. So I don't expect her to have all the same getup and whatnot.
But they saying that's pretty. So why can't they put it on her? I'm just saying they get these girls to look standard or below just to.
Do we know?
This character is meant. Look, as far as I'm seeing it, this character is meant for girls like her to self-insert themselves onto her and run around into this fantastical world and do what they want to. Because, like I said, like we've been saying earlier, it's like there's not enough girls in video games that look like me. Well, this girl is literally made like that for you. So, we're just gonna let them have this one.
They can buy the game. I mean,
nothing. I don't think anything's wrong with her existing and doing her thing. I'm more so. If there's anything about the Forspoken character that irked me, it was the character that was being portrayed. She did seem like she was a little more. What's the word I'm looking for? Like, not really like annoying or loud or whatnot, but
Karen,
a modern Twitter user.
Yeah, it was like more like a Twitter user running around and whatnot. It's just like I'm going to see how the story turns out and how she is as a character, but this trailer did not sell me on her demeanor in regards to what she was going through. I was looking more so as the gameplay and the particles and all that stuff.
Isn't North American Square Enix making this?
Oh,
I was because I can tell you North American Square Enix's track record is not great.
Oh.
Yeah, but they keep making stuff, and the thing is, like you said, Blake, it does look like every Ubisoft character. Like there's just like a look. There's a look when you see that character, you think, ugh. It's like the new Saints Row. I don't know what anyone thinks about the new Saints Row, but when I saw the new Saints Row, like it's got the same look, kind of.
I think she looks fine. But like I said, I'm not going to be someone who tells the creator what they can and can't do. I'm keeping that same energy when it comes to her. This character can look however the creative director wanted them to look like. I'm not going to be mad that they don't look the way that I want them to look. Just like how I'm not going to be mad I won't be mad at the Eve girl looking the way she looks. This is their creation. They wanted to put it out there. They rose up the ranks to how some people are like, oh well, I want to see this type of character in the game. You would tell that person, well, how about you go fucking make your own game and put that character in there.
Yeah.
So when that person goes out of their way to get up, raise up the ranks and get to creative director position and put that character in the game, you can't tell them nothing. They made it, there. And I don't know, the creative director behind Forspoken, if they were that person to finally get to that spot and make this character, good for them. And I keep that same energy across all of the depictions of all of the characters that I'm seeing today. For the fact that this chick right here, Eve, all of them. So that's just how I see it.
All right. I guess we're good with that. They're insane. Whoever's saying that she looks too curvy or looks unrealistic, they're insane. All right, let's move on.
Before we move on, I just want to say, I remember Shadow putting out a tweet about that, saying, "Oh boy, this is gonna happen with Project EVE Forspoken." And literally, like 5 minutes later, I saw a video of some dude talking about it on Twitter, and
some clown from Digital Foundry.
I kind of just sat there. I sat there and laughed at it just because of how, oh shit, he was right about it.
Yeah, it's sad. It's sad.
Yeah, that's fine. You can be openly racist on Twitter. That's okay.
God damn.
Let's move on to another one gotta go. This one's gonna be Final Fantasy Edition.
Oh boy.
Oh my.
All right, we have Aerith, Garnet, and Terra.
I'm gonna shoot you.
For me, this one is easy.
I know who's gotta go.
Wait, Bob, what do you guys? This is so easy.
Aerith easily.
What? Huh?
A lot of people don't like Aerith.
Out of these three, Aerith is the least likable of the three.
You really should have put Tifa. Then it would have been hard.
Yeah, if it was Tifa, it would have been hard. I could
like in terms of character, the Garnet and
Terra.
Terra.
Can't remember her name, but
she's one of my favorite characters ever. I can't remember her name well. But out of these three,
he's not getting rid of him.
Out of these three, Aerith is really the least likable character, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Least compelling too.
We got a super chat from Nemo saying, "Finally caught a live one. Let's go!" Hey, welcome Nemo. Welcome.
I'll say that Aerith has the least growth over her game as well compared to these.
I wonder why.
Well, I wonder why.
I hate all of you for that. Not okay.
Because Terra goes from mind control slave to finding out the purpose of her own life. And
did she make it to the end of the game?
Yes, and Garnet also.
You live in Nova Scotia, right, Blake?
If you played 9, you know Garnet's story about how she pretty much allowed herself to be kidnapped and went on the journey of stopping her own mother and all that. So, and then you have Aerith, who kind of just a girl from the slums with ancient powers.
But she's got flowers. And she almost bred with a lion.
And then that's kind of her character, and then she dies. I mean, in the remake, they gave her like more spunk and stuff, but even then, it's like, no, I'd still choose her.
Here's the problem with Aerith for me, right? Aerith gives me PTSD, right? I was a young JRPG player, out there playing JRPGs, nice and innocent and all that kind of shit, enjoying my JRPGs. Leveling up my characters, putting nice items in them. And this bitch took some of my items with her, right? Look, I spent all these hours investing in you, trying to make you good, so you could be in my party and shit, trying to make a perfect waifu squad, and then you come out here and take my shit with you? No, man. Garbage character. Garbage. Terrible.
Jesus.
The others didn't take my shit.
Everyone involved in that conversation you just had with yourself, I hope you know that.
Jesus.
Sorry, what now?
You just had an entire conversation with yourself, and I want you to know you got it. I may throw you off a bridge for that.
Why? Because she took all my shit with her?
I'll say what I have to say when it's my turn.
Okay, well, I'm done. She's a garbage character, but okay, go.
Damn. Damn. The Aerith slander. Jesus Christ.
I'll also say in general, 7 has... Yeah, I'd say between Aerith and Tifa, some of the weakest female characters in the series.
Oh,
honestly.
Lord. Oh, my God. We're going to come at Tifa now. Okay. So what do you think, Riku?
I am with Bao on this one. I just think I'm not holding Aerith as bottom tier as he is. I just think that Terra and Garnet are just better characters overall in damn near every aspect for me. So just like the previous one gotta go. I don't personally hate any of these chicks, but I'm just going by, who I like the least. And that's Aerith.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Blake?
So I am not a Final Fantasy guy yet, so I'm gonna be rating these women specifically on how they look. Come at me, chat. Eris, I call her Eris. Eris is gorgeous. Love me some Eris. So she can stay. Now between these two chicks, so this is Final Fantasy 4, Final Fantasy 1, and Final Fantasy 9?
9 and 6.
9 and 6. Okay. Oh, that's she's from 6. No wonder Bao sucking her off. Okay, Bao loves 6.
She's one of the reasons I like 6.
Right. Between the two of them, what are their names? So Terra and Garnet. Why does Garnet look like Nadia? She's got the blue water and everything.
That's not the best picture of Garnet, but that's the only one I could find that was like universal between these.
I would say she's pretty blocky in 9, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Garnet. Terra looks cool.
Good boy. Garnet gotta go. Good boy.
He's basing off of looks.
Still good.
Is this why you had this? Because you wanted some Garnet slander?
I can either confirm or deny that, sir.
I mean, you could have, to make it a lot, like, you probably could, instead of having Garnet on there, you could have put like Lightning on there, or something else, but
everyone would have picked Lightning.
Exactly. That's why I couldn't pick Lightning.
It's okay.
He didn't want to make it too easy, but he didn't want to make it too hard by not putting.
What's the name of the chick from 10? Yuna. Yeah, you could put Yuna on here.
It's like he didn't want to put Tifa on here because he wanted.
I was about to say, but
Yuna's like one of the most beloved characters in gaming. No one would have picked her.
Here's the thing, right? Aerith would have always been least favorite for me. In all Final Fantasy games and just the entire series in general, Aerith is my least favorite character, specifically because I lost all my shit because of her. So.
Oh my gosh.
That's time.
Did you really think this was gonna go a different way, Shadow?
I honestly thought it was gonna go maybe Garnet. Honestly.
Did you really think anyone was gonna kick Terra out?
Alright, nobody was gonna get Terra out, and I thought nobody was really gonna kick Aerith out.
Well, see, the thing with Aerith is that I kicked her out of the party the first chance I got. But
I didn't really use it when I played.
Shadow, when you played Final Fantasy 7 for the first time, you had Aerith in your party and you put stuff on her, or you knew she was gonna die already. Like, did you know she was gonna die?
I'm pretty sure I put stuff on her and I lost all the stuff, so I didn't really go too crazy.
With that. You chill with all that time investment. I mean, I'm a grinder, you know. Sometimes I go around and I do a little extra missions and some story shit. You would chill with losing that because she just died?
I was okay with it. I don't think I gave her too much, to be honest. It's like she probably had heal and stuff like that on her, and I can just get that anywhere.
So that was one of the reasons why I didn't actually use her, because she's kind of like a healer, and like the way my party was built. Well, my main party was Cloud, Vincent, and Yuffie, and then it was when I did have Vincent, it was Tifa and Yuffie. So it's just Aerith's playstyle, like the healing and stuff. I didn't really need it, and because I knew she was on borrowed time, I was like, I'm not really feeling getting attached to a corpse.
Damn. All right, Sosuke, who you getting rid of?
Honestly, Shadow, we're gonna have to talk about you making these fucking decisions that are solely made to hurt me specifically. You did it with Trails, and now you're doing it with Final Fantasy. If the next one's to hurt me, I'm gonna just find you. I'm making that clear. And I can't really say I want to give up any of them. If I had to make the choice, I'd have to say Terra off the principle that I grew up during the compilation of Final Fantasy stuff. I got to know Aerith through Crisis Core first. That's how I met the character. That's why I already liked her. Yeah, when she died in 7, I was hurt. Unlike some people, I didn't sit there and bitch and moan about the loss of digital items that I could easily re-grind for because I had time for it.
No.
Damn.
Whatever. But like I said, I already liked Aerith as is. I think she's a good character. I'm not going to sit here and say she's the best Final Fantasy character ever, but I really like her a lot. And when I played 7 Remake, I was like, yeah, I still like this character. You still can't ask me to pick between Aerith and Tifa now. It's not happening. I will walk away from the conversation. As for Garnet, she's staying off principle. 9 is my favorite Final Fantasy. She has to stay. I like Terra a lot, but I like the other female characters in 6 more than Terra.
Okay.
We got a super chat from How Lokami 1 saying, "Are you still planning on making Final Fantasy? Are they still planning on making Final Fantasy X3?" Yeah, you can find it on fanfiction.net.
I hope the fuck not.
Isn't that script still on the internet? Are they going to use that?
I think wasn't there like something in like the remaster that alluded to what happened at the after the events of 10-2?
Yeah, Titus puts a fucking bomb on the beach and dies.
Okay, see, that's weird. Man. I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing an X3, but I don't need it. I don't really need it. For me personally, between these three, amongst these three, Aerith's gotta stay because Final Fantasy VII is the go. Aerith is awesome.
Is it?
Yes, shut up, sir. She's great. She's even better in 7 Remake. Terra, quite possibly the second best Final Fantasy, maybe equal to 7. I can't really decide which one I think it's better, but Terra was great in that as well. And I think we all know Final Fantasy 9 is mid, so gonna have to get rid of Garnet ultimately. But she was cool though. She was cool. She was a lot better and more entertaining than I thought in Final Fantasy 9. Honestly.
Wait, isn't Final Fantasy 9 the one that Pelvic really wants you to play?
I did play it.
You did play it?
Yeah, I did play it.
Like 60 hours on the Switch, I think.
Yeah, I think it was something like that. Yeah. But it's definitely not. It wasn't a bad game. I just didn't see what the hype was. I don't see that at all. But yeah, Garnet can get the hell out. All right, I think that's everybody for that. Let's move on to one of the GOATs that released this year. The greatest,
yes.
One of the greatest JRPGs that released this year.
Ooh, Persona 5 Strikers?
Listen, man, shut up. Listen, shut up, Blake.
Blake, is your name Steve Rogers? Because there's a lot of cap in that statement.
All right, listen. So, Tales of Arise released a week or so back. It has gone on to be the fastest-selling Tales game. 1 million units in about less than a week. It's averaging about an 87 on Metacritic, and everybody seems to love it so much, and I do too. I think it's a really good game. It's got some caveats, it's got some hung-ups that I gotta talk about soon, but it's still a really good game. So who wants to talk about this game first? Who wants to go on
first?
I'm gonna let everyone else go first.
So I was in the camp of someone that was very critical in the Tales series lately, and because of that, I went into Arise with a lot of trepidation, so to say. I didn't expect to love it, but after putting about 40 hours or so into it so far, I do love it. And honestly, I won't say, I haven't beaten it yet, but I won't say that is like my favorite Tales game ever. But if someone were to come up to me and say, in their opinion, Arise is the best game in the series, I'd be like, you know what? That's fair. I can accept that. So it's that level of good. But it does, like Shadow said, it does have its issues, but it's so good that I can overlook them for the most part, and I'm still enjoying myself despite them. Battle system, honestly, top 3 in the series, maybe even 2, but we'll see. And that's the voice.
Sorry.
It's all good. Blake, if you want to read that real quick before I continue.
Yeah, for sure. Ace Brick with the super chat saying, "Finish Arise and man, it's easily in my top 3 games of this year."
Nice, Ace.
Okay.
I will say the game also goes places you don't see coming, which I liked. And the issues specifically with the game, one, how to say this? Before release, we thought bosses would be an issue because they don't stagger, but funny enough, that's not really the issue with them. The issue is that bosses will take you forever to kill, and you'll probably use up all your items for most of the major ones because they're just HP sponges that don't die. And it gets really old after a certain point, to the point where, like, if you were to just lower the difficulty for bosses, I would not blame you. And the other issue is the DLC of the game. Specifically, some titles, which, if you don't know, are how you get your skills in this game, are locked behind DLC. and there's no way to get them unless you pay money, which is a massive red flag for the series going forward.
Isn't there a lot of money spent, like microtransactions in the game, like even just for in-game items?
There can be.
You can buy the game's in-game currency gold in order to make getting in-game items easier.
Wasn't Shadow saying in Discord that it feels like getting money is a lot more grindy in this game because of that?
I was about to bring that up. So money, you're going to be always broke in this game pretty much. If you're like keeping your equipment up to date, you're going to be broke. But the issue comes into play is that the game tries to make an effort to push DLC in your face at every given opportunity. So it almost seems like they knew you would be broke and that they try to influence you to buy the money DLC to like make your life easier. Now, obviously, there's no proof of that, but the fact that the DLC menu is like always highlighted whenever you go to camp, it's there for literally no reason. Is I don't know, it's kind of spooky. Just saying, in the words of Riku-san 1. But like I said, those issues aren't enough to ruin the game, and I am adoring it. I just got past the Fifth Lord, and things are getting very interesting, and I can't wait to continue more. Probably after the podcast.
Okay. Riku or Q? Okay.
Wait, what's going on?
Now we're talking about Tales of Arise. You got something you want to say about it, or?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Tales of Arise is a great game. That's it. No. So in regards to the issues that I have with the game, on top of what Bao said, I feel that gameplay wise, there are certain times where if there's one thing gameplay wise that did irk me just a tad bit is the fact that depending on the type of normal attack your character is swinging, you are not allowed to dodge out of it. Particularly, I see this happen particularly a lot with Law, where there's a lot of normal attacks within his punching animations that they just do not allow you to dodge out of, which I feel kind of hurts the whole just dodge system just a tad, because that it makes me feel like if I want to use the just dodge system correctly, I have to not be attacking, because I understand not being able to dodge when you're doing an art, but not being able to dodge while you're doing regular normal attacks is something that I feel is an odd choice on their part. It's like I said, if you want to use it correctly, it feels like you just got to be staring at them and then wait for the attack, or be running around and just basically not be attacking to then dodge and then start doing your thing. I'm not really a fan of that mindset, if that is how it is supposed to be done. And like I said, some attacks in Alpha are like that too. Those are the two main characters I really have been messing around with. I haven't found where that is in Dohalim's attacks though. But I would assume it's the same thing.
We got a super chat really quick.
Go ahead.
Nicholas Gerard says, "Great battle system. I hate the maps as for exploration. Same thing they have been doing since Exilia. Am I the only one who thinks the characters are boring?" Ooh,
I actually like the characters more than I thought I would. They're a lot more dynamic than I thought they'd be.
Okay. Riku, you got more? Or
yeah, no, I got some more. Yeah, no, I agree with him in regards to the map thing. I think the map and exploration is a bit odd. There are times where they'll have a star telling you that this is the story thing that you need to be going to, but then certain points it won't have the star, and until you get close to where that star is, then the star will pop up, kind of leaving me running around a little bit in certain segments trying to figure out where exactly am I supposed to be going.
Really?
I will say I haven't had that issue at all. Personally.
Yeah, me either. I was like, huh? I don't have that issue at all.
Yeah, it doesn't happen often, but there were a few moments where I had to bring my friend Ethan, and I was like, where am I supposed to be going? He's like, oh, you're supposed to go up this elevator icon right here. I'm like, when I go up the elevator icon, and then the next section is where the star for the story thing was, and I was like, why couldn't they just put the star icon on the elevator? Then I would have known I needed to go into the elevator to get to the location to where the story.
Oh yeah, I've had that same issue as well. Sometimes it's not been a big issue. Like sometimes I
It's more
kind
of
of
a nitpick.
yeah, it's like I'm working my way around the entire area anyway. But yeah, sometimes it's like where did the star go? You know. So yeah, I get it.
I'm not saying hold my hand. I'm just like, if you're gonna have a star icon telling the player where to go, just keep it more consistent than what they had. It is definitely isn't a game breaker. You know, I definitely have more of an issue with the whole like the thing I was talking about earlier in the combat. Going back to combat just a little more. The only other thing about the combat that irks me just a tad is the how the overlimit system works. It sort of reminds me of the trans system from Final Fantasy IX, to which and where you remember I'm coming off of Vesperia, and I'm not entirely sure how the other tales. I heard some other Tales of games use it, but that's besides the point. My point is, I prefer the overlimit meter to fill up, right? And when it's full, I am within control to manually activate it when I feel like it. In this game, first of all, you can't see your overlimit meter, so you don't get that visual indication on overlimit unless you're keeping aware of a random blue aura that builds up on your character. And the way to build that up is, as far as I'm seeing, because Law always fucking gets it because he's a squishy motherfucker, is to get hit, right? You get hit, it fills up, and when it activates, it just activates on its own. You don't have the option of like, okay, it's filled, you can use it when you want. No, it just activates. Like I said, I had an issue with that with trans in Final Fantasy IX. I'm not a fan of it here because it just feels like, oh, I have it. I kind of have to,
use
take
it.
advantage of it while it's here and basically change up of whatever I was doing to, because it's overlimit time.
Yeah.
Like I'm not personally a fan of that.
Most
But
of the
everything
newer
else about-
games have the bar.
Yeah.
It looks like the old ones that are like this.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that. But everything else about the game, I'm really enjoying a lot. Like I like how the arts and working and whatnot. I was getting a little bit bored when I only had 6, but when you get all your characters and you get the additional 6 slots, that's when I feel the game really opens up to you and you can do a lot of stuff. It's really fun. I'm having a lot of good time for it.
Agreed.
It's I would definitely say this is my game year, even above Ratchet. And
Also, does anyone else agree that it takes too long for you to get 6 arts?
I think you get it as soon as you get like all your party members, right?
as soon
right,
as you get
yeah.
all your party members, it's just like a 45 to an hour more, and they give it to you.
I think
I felt like at that point I was getting overwhelmed with only 3 slots until it happened.
no,
Because I wanted to test out so many moves and only 3 slots.
Yeah, you definitely were getting a lot of arts where you're just like, man, I have so many arts. I don't know what to like put on these 6 slots that I have. It did feel like that for a nice while. So I can agree with that, but I think the decision to give you the 6 slots right when you have 6 all your characters is definitely debatable whether that they waited too long or if it was right on time. It's definitely debatable.
I think
We got a super chat as well, by the way.
Mhm.
From Nicholas Gerard, and he is saying, "I think the maps are very linear. No real hidden secrets. Too many narrow, claustrophobic areas with invisible walls, mountains blocking your paths from actually exploration and being rewarded." That is.
I personally like the linear approach. I mean, because linear games aren't like an automatic no-no for me. So it's not an issue for me, but if you like the exploration, I can definitely see why it's an issue for you.
I don't think they're that bad. They're big enough for me to start going around and exploring every nook and cranny for anything I can find. I don't think they're linear at all.
I'll say I prefer this over like the Xillia games, just large empty fields.
I don't mind it. I don't mind this approach. I think both approaches are fine, but I can understand not liking one over the other.
Okay. Q.
Yeah. I think before I begin, I just want to say, I want to apologize to Shadow. Shadow, I'm sorry. Back when back when the trailers first came out. Well, I didn't like the game to begin with. I didn't think it looked good, but that's not the reason I'm apologizing. The reason I'm apologizing is that when we finally saw the characters,
Oh my god.
I was waifu in Rinwell, and Shadow
Oh
was
my
like
god.
Kisara looking kind of nice, and
Oh
I
Lord.
I thought Shadow was a madman, and Shadow, I'm sorry, Kisara is waifu, and she got them cheeks, and so Shadow, I won't doubt you again for this again. You know, we good. So anyway, that being said, I'm loving the game, man. I am definitely loving this game. It is nice. It is pretty cool. I think I pretty much share a lot of what Bao and Riku said about the game. I think it's got a lot of the things that I like about a good action RPG. I think the pacing is good. I disagree with the whole like it took too long to get the 6 art slots. I think it's perfect timing because I was sticking to pretty much 2 arts with most of my characters for the most part at that point in time. And
Two.
Ooh.
yeah, like boss battles, I was sticking to like I just wanted the enemy of the ground, and I just wanted to keep them up there. Well, you can do it in boss battles, but like just regular battles. But generally, yeah, I had 2 arts that I favored at that point in time, and it just worked for me, so I just stuck to it. But it's nice now that I can try out other things. But I was pretty comfortable with what I had there. Yeah,
You just drop another issue I forgot completely about.
What
The
was that?
fact, especially like humanoid bosses, because you can't stagger them, your air moves are for the most part useless. Unless
did.
it's someone that can just rain down attacks, they're good. But
Mhm.
for like someone like I guess Alphen, who like has to actually combo you in the air, a lot of his aerial moves are useless against bosses.
Him and Law.
Yeah.
Actually, Law has a couple of like I think a majority of his aerial arts are just descending into melee hits.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is a problem because you know I think where I really where it really kind of irked me was well I don't really want to spoil anything, but there's a boss that you come about right after you've gotten all your characters, and it irks me a little bit actually during that segment of the game, the section where you get all the characters. Throughout that entire segment, it annoyed me because you fight 3 characters, 3 bosses, who all cannot they're all humanoid and they all can't be picked off the ground, and it's really annoying because you're comboing them and then you go up in the air and they're down on the ground, and because the characters can't be staggered either they just you hit them and they just stand there and they stay still, and it's like okay, this is kind of annoying. I can't really do much with this. But outside of that, I think I like a lot of the things about the game. For me, my favorite thing is the character interactions. I love the characters. I love the way in which whoever has been doing the dub and how they're whoever at Bandai Namco is doing that dub and how they've got the sort of like the voice acting seamless with in the way the characters interact with each other, how they talk to each other and all that kind of stuff. It's amazing. It's really, really amazing. I honestly love all the characters, despite the fact that Rinwell is not waifu. I like Rinwell. I think she's got her little thing going on there. Kisara is definitely waifu with them cheeks. Shion Shion, I like the whole Sundari thing Shion got going on. It's kind of cute. You guys know I love Sundaris, and I think each of the characters have that sort of dynamic with each other. I'm not going to talk about those other band of characters, but you guys, they're chill. You know, the only thing I think my biggest critique of the game is that I wish I did not know the character. Like they hadn't really revealed all the characters before it launched. Like I would have loved to just like randomly come into those characters and be like, oh, he's joining my team or she's joining my team. That would have been more interesting to me than actually just knowing that by the time I see the character, oh, you're going to be in my team. Especially because on the DLC screen, you can actually see them like they're on the screen already on the DLC screen, and you can try out the DLC outfits on them as well. So that's kind of the thing that I'm like, that kind of hurts some of the like the minute I saw Kisara, I was like, oh, finally, I'm gonna get her. But yeah,
Olim would have been like that for me. Like just having a lord join you, I probably wouldn't have seen that coming.
Yeah.
Same. I think that would have been super interesting. Especially how he did it as well. How he joined was really, really, really interesting. So yeah, he joined in a really, really a super interesting way, and that was just really, really, really cool. I think the other thing too is like Bao mentioned with the DLC. Can't stand that DLC in this game, man. It is just not done well enough.
It is microtransactions. The game.
Yeah, I think I remember when I first started playing, I was thinking about is it the SP? I was just thinking about
CP?
how sorry,
CP?
SP.
CP, right? No, not the CP, the one that you used to buy buy
SP.
arts.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, SP.
Like I was thinking to myself because I looked at the because I got the Ultimate Edition, and so it came with like extra SP and some other stuff. And the one thing that I wanted to do is I wanted to play the game as basic as possible, meaning that the most basic version of it, but I still wanted the the outfits and stuff. So I just redeemed the outfits and I left everything else. And it did not like I was just like, my god, I can't buy anything. Like it's taken so long to get anything, and I was doing every side mission and all sorts of stuff, but it just felt like it was taking forever. And I think the thing is that when I checked the DLC after the game, you check the DLC and all that kind of stuff, you can actually buy some of that thing over and over and over. I thought it was like a one-off thing, like
SP,
you
can
sorry.
buy levels. Yeah, all of the stuff that you. It definitely feels like the game was built in a way where it heavily entices you to grab those things for the low price of $1.99. You can have 100,000 gold right now. And it was like, bro, you do all of the side quests, and then the side quests are like, here's like 1,000 gold, which is nothing. 400 SP, which is nothing.
On the subject of DLC, can we talk about the music DLCs? $30.
Mm-hmm.
Christ,
that's ridiculous.
That Bandai Namco tax, baby.
Other than the opening anime cutscene for the game, I honestly didn't find any of the music in this game like anything.
I have to agree, unfortunately.
Like it feels like they're fitting, but I wasn't like, and none of the music. I was like, oh shit, this shit right here, this is some heat right here.
Like you're not gonna listen to any of these songs like once you finish the game.
Exactly. Other than the opening, like that song is fucking heat. But like everything else, like I wonder, I might have to look into some of that DLC music because
it's past Tales games, like their battles and boss themes.
That's the thing, though. I think when developers start doing stuff like that, where they're actually charging you for things like that, like paying this ridiculous price, a really high premium just to get the sort of like the music and stuff like that, because they know there's a certain specific subset of people who are willing and able to pay that price, and they'll set that price. They don't think everyone's gonna do it. It's just they're the few who are like, okay, I don't really like the music in this one. I'm gonna buy the music for a previous one that I liked more. And I think that's really not a good. I think it just sucks. It sucks that that's the route that they're going, and that this is a single player experience. They shouldn't be farming it. By the way, there's a super chat.
We got a super chat here from Mage Heart saying no paying for victory,
Big
and really quick as well. So this is would you say this is comparable to like how in DMC5 you can buy red orbs?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But aren't red orbs not that bad to find in DMC5? Like on their own?
I found they really weren't, and especially on Legendary Dark Knight, you can get a crap ton per stage because there's so many enemies. But what is it? They're like everyone has like a special emote or something like that. That's like 20,000 red orbs or something like that. Is that what it is? I never got those.
2 million.
2 million. Okay, never mind.
It'd be one thing as well if past Tales games were already like this, with like tight resources, but they weren't. And then they introduced this one, and now resources are tight, and then they're shoving DLC in your face at every turn.
Yeah,
it's kind of weird.
Because they started this with the outfits, because a lot of the outfits like swimsuits and stuff were part of like quests. You actually did a specific quest, and you would get those outfits. Now it's DLC. And the other thing I'm wondering is, like, for everyone who bought the Ultimate Edition, how much did you pay for it? Because I got it on sale. I got it for like, I think like 60 quid. So it's like £60, which is equivalent to maybe about $80 or something like that.
Yeah, I paid about 80. Yeah, I think I paid like 87.
You're welcome.
Yeah. You got it on sale as well. You didn't buy it like from Steam or something.
No, I didn't buy it from Steam. No.
Oh, what about the rest of you?
I didn't get the Ultimate. I got regular deluxe, which on its own was 80.
I got standard, so plain. Well, I got a discount, but $60 version.
What about you, Rico?
Standard.
Do you guys care about the costumes? Because remember some
I
of
do.
the
I care about the costumes.
Well, yeah, I care about the customs too, but I'm saying like for those of you who got the standard edition, what about some of the arts and stuff that are locked behind costumes? Are you guys like? Is
I
that
haven't used any of them just yet. I don't even pay attention to those notes. Honestly, I just leave them alone.
I'll tell you, I've been tempted, but like it would leave a bad taste in my mouth, so I haven't done it yet.
Exactly. Yeah.
Because like I remember I played the Tale series back when back when outfits were just unlocked in game.
Yeah.
So like I've never liked this whole DLC practice, even with outfits in general, because it just didn't used to be this way.
same?
We got a super chat from Vexhart saying, "I agree with the poor microtransaction implementation, but I wonder if this wasn't a compromise that they had to make because of how much higher budget for this game when compared to previous titles. I think they put it in there because they were afraid this game wouldn't sell as much as they put into it, so they maybe wanted to kind of coax people into spending more money into the game, is what I think.
I don't think that. I think it's greed. I genuinely think it's greed.
It could go either way because Bandai Namco has been they've been going a little bit crazy.
Record.
Yeah, they got a track record with doing this stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they've been doing it with most of their games. Most of their games have had these sort of microtransactions. Games that just don't need them. They've just been shoved in there. In a
How
way
much
like,
DLC did Scarlet Nexus have?
I don't know. Yeah.
No,
Scarlet Nexus. It's only just now getting announced that it's getting some DLC costumes, and even then, I think the costumes are going to be free. And they'll be added to the game as stuff you could just get if you get the materials and make them.
Okay, that's good.
I'll say this about Tales of Arise. It's a good game so far. I'm really enjoying the combat, really enjoying the graphics. They're like an actual next-gen / current-gen JRPG that I'm actually playing right now. Because most of the time, unless your name is Final Fantasy, you don't really get high-end graphics like this. Besides the pop-in that comes in when you're on the field, or sometimes when the camera is going towards cutscenes, pop-in does get a little bit annoying, but it's nothing too terrible. The combat is really good. Enjoying the boost strikes a lot, and I think they're called the combination attacks. I think those are the boost strikes. I think they're really good. Every pair has one, which I'm really thankful for because after playing the demo, I thought it was only gonna be Kasara and Dolahim and Alfin and Shion and Rinwell and Law. That's all I thought it was gonna be, but everybody has one. And it always look good every time they pull them off. I love it. So as far as the the microtransactions, I think it just goes into the difficulty. This is probably like the hardest Tales game I've played, where I've actually upped the difficulty to moderate, and I don't think it's even fun or even worth playing on hard at all. Like Bio said, your resources are very limited, and you can't buy many recovery items, so you're gonna have to play it smart and not waste anything. I've been feeling the pressure. Not much gold in the way that you could buy everything and equip and buy the latest equipment. There's a lot of things you can do to get some gold, so you can get some equipment and some weapons like fishing. Just selling the stuff for fishing. Sometimes some of the enemies drop some things that you can just sell. Like I know in this one particular area I'm in, the enemies are dropping these gold tags. Doll tags that they're dropping, and I can just sell them for a whole bunch. And I'm just gonna come back here and just get all the money I need for the most part.
Literally what I did. Same area.
Yeah. So yeah, there's that. But there's a lot of questionable stuff going on with DLC. How limited your resources are, and how spongy these bosses are, and how they feel. I know one boss. I think it was the third lord that got me a couple of times. Because mostly because my AI is just stupid. Like I swear they'll see a big attack happening, they won't dodge or get out the way. I'm like, bro, he's about to throw down a whole bunch of meteors on you. Can you get out the way, please? And they just won't do it. I really wish it was like the other Tales game where you can manipulate the AI to each character instead of it being like a team sort of thing.
Yeah, I missed that too.
It is a lot more.
We got a super chat as well from Rikuki, that boy Rikuki, saying, just think, in 6 years, you guys will be reviewing Kuro no Kiseki on the cast. Oh, Jesus. 6 years. I wish he was wrong, but he's probably not far off.
He's not far off.
I'm curious how Kuro's going to hold up graphically, even though it's going to be, at least we're not going to get it for a while.
That's a good point.
That's a good point. Yeah, that's a really good point. Wow, where will we be at?
It really might be outdated by that point.
Yeah, it really will. Damn.
Which is unfortunate because right now their engine, from what I've seen, looks great. Like it looks like it holds up, but like in that time frame, will it still hold up?
Yeah.
about the story, man. I think people aren't gonna care. I think it's gonna be about the story.
I mean, Falcom games kind of have that where you kind of go for the story more so than the graphics. Like I didn't mind playing through Cold Steel 1 and 2. I didn't find that they looked ugly. I thought they were okay.
Like you played the updated graphical version.
Oh, I know.
Those games are butt ugly on the Vita.
I will also say this about the battle system for Arise. You guys were mentioning how you can't I guess dodge cancel out of some of your attacks, and yeah, I have noticed that. And what I've done is probably use some really short attacks arts like Swallow Blade and Demon Fang or Double Demon Fang. It's just easier to get out of it if I need to dodge and stuff like that. But it really does suck that you can't dodge just from normal attacks. Messes everything up kind of. But other than that, I am enjoying the game a lot. Very flashy, good graphics. Except for the bosses, I've made peace with the fact that I'm probably gonna die 2 or 3 times on a boss before I get what's going on, and before I can probably just beat him. Which, interestingly enough, the last boss that I fought, I almost had him, but I literally ran out of items before I can end him, and he just one-shotted like 2 or 3 people at a time. Like, if you go into my inventory for items, I literally had nothing that I could use to bring anybody back or do anything.
That sounds like me on Nightmare difficulty in Cold Steel 4.
I think my issue with these bosses is that it doesn't even feel like a matter of skill, honestly, when you lose. That's the
Yeah, it feels like a matter of resources.
If I was just being outplayed, that'd be fine, but it's not.
Yeah.
If I may, start to give my thoughts on just combat, because all I'm going to say about story, characters, and world, I love everything about it, and I want to see more people enjoy that. Please, go experience Tales of Arise. If you haven't bought it, you're missing out on an incredible video game made in released this year. Go do it now. As for bosses, I can definitely say these are some of the worst designed in terms of gameplay in the Tales series, in my experience. I feel like they were designed with difficulty, but for the wrong way. The last Tales of Wayne we had before this was Berseria, and I think bosses in that were high-key cakewalks because they had the same stun time as a regular enemy. You hit them. An example with Rising Moon from Velvet about 4 times in a row. Instant stun, and the entire team can bully the boss down to nothing until the boss does its mystic art and everybody gets hit, and then you're back to bullying the boss. In this game, it feels like they intentionally designed the bosses so that you have to sit there and cycle through a very specific set of motions. You got a perfect dodge, counter edge, do your art strings, and then... What? Say that again, Riku?
Yeah, focus on the core.
Yeah, you gotta keep doing that over and over until, they're dead. And I think that's artificial difficulty. It doesn't feel like the boss is testing you. I can say the first half of the boss that Shadow got to felt like it was actually testing my knowledge of what I've been doing up to that point. And then I get to the second half and I'm like, back to this shit again. Here we go.
Them spamming their freaking mystic art at the end.
For real, that's really what that fight. I had to drop the difficulty because of the second half of that fight. Yeah. I had to drop it from I had to drop it from moderate down to story, and I'm like, I don't want to do this, but I have to. Mm-hmm. And after that, I changed it back to moderate, and the enemies I was like, okay, this is what I know. I feel like the enemies, and there were some enemies that were humanoid in that area that all boss enemies should have been based off of. Because I've noticed a lot of the humanoid enemies have something that's in Kingdom Hearts, specifically Kingdom Hearts 2, called a revenge value, where if you combo them a certain amount of times, they'll get that little iron stance, they'll get their super armor back, and then they'll fall off the combo, and then they'll try to attack you. But by that point, your combo's done, and you can be ready to perfect dodge and get counter edge off and go back into the fight. The enemies leading up to that boss felt like more of a test of gameplay than the actual bosses do, and I feel like that should have been the case the whole time.
But I feel like, Sosuke, you said that in previous Tales game. I think it was Berseria, that you can just stun them and then you can bully the boss. I think they wanted to eliminate that completely, and you can't do that here. You do have to pay attention to what you're using and, dodge roll and perfect dodge. Isn't that better than just stunning the enemy and just bullying them?
Mind you, I'm only talking about Berseria. In Exilia and Graces, bosses actually felt like, okay, how have you been doing? How have you been playing the game up to this point? let's test your knowledge. It always felt like a skill check, and if you just kept relying on the same thing, the boss was going to steamroll you. Like, that's just how it was. You had to deal with that. In Vesperia, a lot of bosses felt like you didn't get good at the combat, or you only did one thing, and that's it. Nah, get bodied. Vary it up. Make the combat work for you while still also having to be careful instead of just, I'm going to hammer this one art and it's going to work for the rest of the game.
The thing too, I think as someone who really likes the story as well, chronologically it makes no sense for characters like for example Kisara to basically be on you can't sort of stun her and carry her up in the air in a combo, but when she joins your party, then all of a sudden it happens to her.
And you're sitting there like, what the hell?
That breaks the immersion.
Yeah, it breaks the immersion because I'm thinking like you're a tank. You're a tank. You could take everything when you're fighting me, and I can barely move you, if anything. And then you become a party member, and then all of a sudden everything knocks you over, unless of course if you're blocking. Like it breaks it for me, and that's the thing for me as a player who really enjoys story in games, and I love the story in this one so far, is that whenever it breaks the immersion, I feel there's an uncomfortable feeling I get, and that's essentially what I'm getting with this every now and then. Whenever with that kind of stuff, it's just uncomfortable. So, yeah, I love it though. Pretty much everything that Susuke said about the gameplay is true though. I find the boss battles just. It could have been fair, man. It feels unfair. It feels like you're grinding to get the win.
Tales of game I've played so far, I haven't been a fan of the boss battles.
I like a good solid fight when I feel like I earn my wins. When I don't feel like I earn my wins, I feel like I'm just getting through it just to get back to the rest of the gameplay and the rest of the story. That's it. Like I feel the boss battles are just this task that I have to get past that I don't really care about, because I don't care about fighting them. I just want to get past it.
I definitely see where you're coming from on that one. Yeah.
Definitely have a lot more fun fighting the regular mobs.
Actually, one thing I wanted to say about combat, and it's something that just kind of, I feel like this is something they should have kept from Berseria, because it was poorly executed Berseria, but it was a good idea. The ability to switch characters mid-combo. In Berseria, it was called switch burst. If a character was in the back row, you hit down on the D-pad, boom, other character comes in on a combo, but that wasted a meter that was tied to a mechanic that actually made the game even more brain dead easy. I feel like here, mid combo, you should have been able to hold a button down and then push a button on the D-pad, and it'll switch you to your other character, and they'll do the flash step over, and they'll keep the combo going to make it more interesting. It wouldn't have been as useful as bosses, but it would have at least varied up combat. That way, you could keep stacking up damage. That way, you can get away from bosses and back to real enemies.
You can kind of do that here, but it's a bit cumbersome. So when you call in a boost attack, you switch immediately to that character and it continues the combo.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
I personally just don't, you can do it. I don't use it though, personally.
I'm gonna have to lab that training grounds.
All right.
Let's ask about that. How do y'all feel about the training grounds compared to how arenas were in the past games?
Well, thank you for reminding me to go back there, because I'm past the level for the hard mode now. Good to know.
I think they're just fine. If you think you're gonna steamroll past them, they're gonna whip your ass. I barely made it past the novice one for Alphen. I was like, okay, it's just 2, and then they brought 3 more out. I'm like, yo, what's going on here? I can't use any items either. Had the perfect dodge like crazy.
Characters that can heal themselves were easy for me, but the others no.
I think the only character that couldn't heal that I struggled with using in the training ground was probably Alphen, because his boost strike takes health from him, and I'm like, I kind of need that. Can you not? With Rinwell, it was piss easy because her spell charging is ridiculously broken. Oh my god. And when you get inspiration with Law, you can just kind of barrel through the training realm with him. With Kisara, you could do the same. Everybody but Alphen, it's a smooth climb. With Alphen, it's an uphill battle that you got to sit there and struggle with.
I think you also have to be the right level as well to go in there because of the fact that like Shadow was saying, once you finish, like, especially when it's the first time you're playing in it, you finish the first enemies and you're thinking, oh, okay, this is manageable, and then 3 more enemies pop out of nowhere and you're like, crap, I'm already like half of my health gone. You start thinking, I should have probably been playing a bit more conservative. So yeah, I think first time it's a challenge. After you got the hang of everything and you come back, it's like, okay, I can do this. But I think it's like it has recommended levels that you should be at. I went in super low level the first time and got destroyed. So yeah,
I think with Alpha, I still haven't beaten the advanced one, even though I'm past the I think I'm level 45, and the recommended level for that is 40, and I'm sitting there like, okay, this is actually kind of ridiculous. Y'all can stop now.
So let me ask you guys a question. This game, as I mentioned at the start of this topic, got an 87 on Metacritic. It has sold in less than a week. It sold 1 million copies. Will we see this game as a Game of the Year nomination at the Game Awards?
No.
Why? Why?
It's not.
That's
Game
bullshit.
Away, so you probably will.
No, Shadow, it won't be there because people who run the Game Awards don't actually go for the interesting games. They go for what the casual.
Here's what I say. I think it will get nominated, but I don't think it'll win.
Yeah, it doesn't have to win. I'm not saying it doesn't have to win Game of the Year. I just want to see it get nominated. Because I feel like JRPGs be getting just looked up for Game of the Year, even though I think, Blake, you mentioned it before, that Fire Emblem 3 Houses, everybody loved it. It was nowhere near the Game Awards. For whatever reason.
Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition and Persona 5 Royal came out in the same year. They said Xenoblade didn't qualify because it was like a remake or a remaster when it was in the exact same vein as Persona 5 Royal, and they had it at the Game Awards. So it's really just up to the Game Awards what they feel like that time of day. They might put Scarlet Nexus over there and not Tales of Arise.
I honestly
be happy for
can't
either
be
one.
mad because I love Scarlet Nexus to death.
I genuinely think the games that are gonna make it on that list are gonna be games that none of us are actually either playing or something like that. Things like Life is Strange and Far Cry 6 are somehow gonna make it on the list. They're gonna be like, it's
Call of Duty Vanguard's gonna be on there.
Yeah, those are the kinds of games that make it to those lists. Because when you look at the people who play those, like make those lists, those are the games they play. That's what they consider to be like top tier, whereas a game like, for example, like a Tales of Arise, it's still considered niche to them. It's still something, even though it sells well, it's still something that they're not playing, or even if they jump in, they play for like a few minutes or an hour or whatever have you, and they never go back to it. So I think those are the games that make the list and stuff. I mean, surprisingly, some sports game is probably going to make it in there too. You might see FIFA in there.
Let's think about it this way. The Game Awards, and I just thought of this. The Game Awards is just Jeff Keighley's YouTube channel, and every year it's a top 10.
He's not even wrong. That's
because we're like, oh, this should have been nominated. No, it's whatever the fuck Jeff Keighley wants to nominate. They nominated Smash Bros. Despite the fact it came out the previous year, because Jeff Keighley was like, yeah, I love Smash Bros. Xenoblade came out later. He's like, nah, fuck that game. Look, this is like a Watch Mojo video. They should literally say these are our top 10 games this year. But because somehow, somewhere, someone decided to let Jeff Keighley nominate the game of the year universally. I'm like, why would you do that? Why would you give him that much power?
Since someone brought it up in chat, I have a question for you guys. Do you think this is a weak year for games?
No,
absolutely not.
It is
I already
because I
put that
keep
wrong
seeing this take,
before.
and I don't understand.
I don't understand it either. I got so many games this year: Persona 5 Strikers, Ryza, Nocturne. You got Shin Megami Tensei 5 coming, Resident Evil Village. You got Tales of Arise. It ain't no weak year. It's just
No More Heroes 3.
There's no
Yoga World
AAA
Ends With
games
You.
coming.
Exactly. There's no AAA games coming. They all got
You
delayed.
don't need not all AAA games are good.
The definition of AAA game is so fucking skewed. I could skateboard across it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, apparently Sonic is considered a AAA game, and I don't know if I believe that.
Yeah, people saying it's only a weak year because, Horizon Zero Dawn got delayed, God of War got delayed, Halo.
I mean, it might be a weak year for PlayStation, but even then, we got Returnal. Returnal's great. I'm playing Returnal right now. We got Ratchet and Clank. What else for PlayStation came out this year, Riku?
I mean, Deathloop is on there now.
Oh yeah, Deathloop.
Deathloop's on there.
Listen, man. All I'm saying is I need to see Tales of Arise on the nominations for Game of the Year. It's like the highest rated game that's come. Well, one of the highest rated games to come out. What game has gotten a 90 on Metacritic? I don't even see one. There's none.
No, Shadow. You know what's gonna happen? They're gonna go for a best 3D action game category, and it's gonna go to Persona 5 Strikers.
Oh my God.
I will actively beat somebody up for that.
I swear to God, man.
I like that game, but no.
The thing
Monster
is
Hunter Rise. Oh wait, no. Monster Hunter Rise came out a while ago. What about Monster Hunter Stories 2? That's a great game too. This year.
Yes.
I don't know what these people talk about.
I honestly don't care if Stories 2 gets to the Game Awards. I liked it. I thought it was great, but if it doesn't get if it doesn't get the Jeff Keighley top 10, I don't really care.
It should be on RPG
Rise
of the year.
deserves to be there. I will say
Rise definitely does.
It deserves to be there, but it isn't. Think about it. Resident Evil Village came out this year. It's somehow going to be on the list. You know, there's a Diablo game coming out. It's a big Western considered RPG. It will get on the list. You know, these are the games that will make the list. They'll literally just go through the entire year of 2021. All the Western games that, you know, are decent enough will be on the list. And then they'll be like, oh, there's a Japanese game. We'll just chuck it in. Best Japanese game or something. That's what it'll be.
How do you feel if Genshin Impact wins?
Hold up. Well, wait, before that, we got a super chat. Hold up. Was that this year? Was it?
Was it? Yeah. What? Okay.
No, wait. No, that was last year.
No, Genshin had an expansion this year.
So it just magically. Anyway, Acebreaker with the $2 donation saying, if Persona 5 can get nominated, Rise can. I don't believe that for a second because Persona gets special treatment. We know this.
I brought up Genshin because expansions for games like that are kind of new games. So technically it's eligible.
Genshin will qualify for best ongoing game, and then it'll take away that from Final Fantasy 14, and people will throw a hissy fit. But
how much you want?
Endwalkers is about to come out. I doubt it.
Yeah.
How much you want to? The remake that is Final Fantasy Legendary Edition is going to make it to the list somehow.
What?
Mass Effect Legendary Edition.
Oh, Matt, you said Final Fantasy Legendary. I was like, you're not talking about the Pixel remakes. I swear to God, if they bring the Pixel remakes up in this presentation.
I'm thinking about Mass Effect. So Mass Effect came out in May, right? It came out May this year. The but it's a remake. But somehow I think it could make the list.
It's way more of a remaster. I think I'm pretty sure it's just upscaled, right? They don't really add anything else. They even cut content, actually. I think because the DLC for Mass Effect 2, I think is.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
No, they cut one specific thing because it was messing with the rest of the game.
It's still likely that it would do it.
So really quickly though, before we move on from Arise, a question for all you guys that have played Arise, more so I guess for Bao and Sosuke because you guys use this feature. Do you think Arise could have had local multiplayer?
Yes.
Yeah, it could.
There was no reason for this game not to have it.
I feel like Arise would have done just multiplayer in that game would have been the best multiplayer in the franchise in my opinion.
And I would have vastly preferred it over this dumb AI.
How his AI is always killing him. So I'm like, oh yeah, right. They used to have multiplayer for this.
The AI in this game is worse than Grace's FAI.
Damn.
Grace's FAI was hot garbage.
What was their reasoning for cutting it? They said they couldn't work it with the camera?
They wanted to focus on a single player experience with some crap, which is stupid because past games.
Just do split screen then. Anyway, we got to do a super chat from Kaniku saying if Genshin wins best JRPG/action RPG title, Kylie has to go expeditionally. No taste. Huh? Oh, Keely.
Keely has to go.
I was going to say Kylie Jenner.
Nah, because
I don't think it's gonna win. I hope not. But what you guys are saying
is incredibly popular.
What you guys say about the AI? I had to disable some people's arts. I was like, yo, Rinwell, stop running up to this guy to use your freaking physical attacks.
About Shion and her tendency to not heal when I'm clearly in the red, woman.
Oh, she's got Donald syndrome. Sora, I'm at full health, Donald. Sora, Donald, I'm dying. Sora.
I have had Dohalim do more healing than Shion has since the beginning of the game.
I'll be sitting there oh, she's gonna heal me. She's done. Oh, she's gonna heal me now. Ma'am, what are you doing?
She'll be out here throwing Annihilation, Burning Strike, Freezing Sickle, everything in the book.
I had to disable some of her arts, and then Rinwell as well. I had to disable their arts too. I was like, yo, just back up and use freaking long range magic, and that's it. Don't go up to the freaking big ass creature that's gonna one shot you and kill you. You force me to use a life bottle. God damn.
And those things don't come cheap, so
they don't. They do not come cheap. Goddamn, I can only get
the first game. Isn't this the first game in the franchise history where a life bottle is less expensive than an orange gel, but it'll still rip your pockets a new one?
Orange gel is like 3,000. It's absolutely ridiculous.
I seriously think the CP system was a terrible idea.
Yeah, it's weird.
It's because of the CP, because you're essentially sharing it among all your characters, and it's something that you really, really need because it's so important to the gameplay.
Yep.
Mate, how's orange gel so expensive? Because for me, I was thinking, oh, you know what? I remember the first time I went to buy orange gel, I was like, oh, it's run out. This is a standard item. I'll be buying this for cheap. Yes, let's go to the shop. Oh, I'm out of money. I guess I'm poor now.
Can we talk about the fact that buffs also use CP, which is why I don't touch buffs because I'd rather just heal.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like buffs should have cost more AG to compensate for the fact that they at least make combat a little bit smoother.
I also say this about the limited resources is that I think like in any JRPG, like when you go into a dungeon, if you look at all the chests and stuff like that are in there, they actually give you a good amount of stuff. Like they'll give you an elixir for the upcoming boss fight. Like there were like a chest that gave me like 2 orange gels and a chest that gave me a bunch of money. So it's like, okay, my money's now replenished. I can go upgrade some equipment. So they're kind of like, offsetting that a little bit, I guess you could say. And unless you're not paying attention to the stuff on the field, you shouldn't be without money too much. Like I think, like from what I can see in the beginning, it's going to be a little bit rough. But as you get towards the middle of the game, towards the end, you'll probably be alright. Probably, I'm hoping. I'm giving the game the benefit of the doubt at this point.
I think it depends on how much you end up using, because if you come up against a boss who essentially just drains your characters and you've been using all the items, bringing back characters and all that kind of stuff, look, your money's gonna run out. Like, it depends on how you play the game. And
that's true.
And
yeah, I try to get through boss battles without using as many items as I can, and I get pissed off when I gotta use an orange gel. I was like, God damn, I almost got him. I don't want to have to use another orange gel, but I have no choice.
I wasn't thinking about that first when I started off, because I was thinking, oh, you know what, these standard items, so I'm gonna get these easily. Like, it's not gonna cost me. And then when I realized how much it cost, I was like, frack, I wasted so much, So
someone mentioned this in the chat, the item called the gold gel. Did anybody ever encounter a gold gel yet?
Yeah, I did.
I have like 3 of them.
Yeah,
I encountered that, and you don't know what the first thing that ran through my head was?
But
how much is this gonna cost later? Like, I'm just thinking, when I get back to the store, I'm gonna see the price, and I'm gonna just stop buying items at that point.
It's gonna be like
nah, fuck it.
gold or some shit.
I didn't even know the gold gel was a thing until I ran into that boss Riku that I was telling you about earlier, and I was like, well, I got no more CP. What's this gold gel do? I'm like, what the freak? It replenishes all CP? God damn! They threw you that for this fight, for that fight in particular, because they
said, "Oh, here, you're gonna need this."
Yeah, exactly. You're gonna need this. Like, you can't hoard it. You're gonna need this right now, so you better use it. So yeah, it's crazy how they like I said, they're trying to offset it by giving you stuff in the dungeon.
I think a battle system is broken when essentially, or just the game systems is broken when you find yourself hoarding too many items. Not because you're like a hoarder, but because you just can't. You think to yourself, like, if I lose this, I can't afford to get it back. Because there are items that I have that I'm just like, yeah, I'm gonna hold on to this pineapple gel. I'm gonna just keep this. Just instead of like actively using it, because you find yourself not actually using all of the resources that you have at your disposal. Instead of actually, like, using the damn stuff. I'm literally hoarding everything I have most of the time, unless push comes to shove and I'm forced to use it.
All right. I think we're good with Tales of Arise at this point. Let's move on to the last topic. The last one gotta go, and then we're gonna get up out of here.
And then we got it.
One last one gotta go. Tales of Edition.
Ooh, let's see.
We got...
Get some good characters.
We got Velvet, Shion, and Mila Maxwell.
Oh shit!
So Shadow thought about his decision this time. Good.
Okay.
I'll keep it real with you. None of these are contender for like even top 10 character in this series for me. So like, this really ain't hard.
Damn.
For me, I would say I like Velvet. I like Shion. I have not played. I I haven't played Atelier. When Atelier came out, I had already switched from PlayStation 3, I think the PS4 or something. I can't remember. Or it went from PlayStation to Xbox. I can't remember what I did at that point in time. But when it came out, I didn't have a PS3 to play it, so I never played Atelier. And then I was hoping it would move over to PS4, but it never did. And so like, I haven't played it yet. So I don't know her. I know who she is, but I don't know her enough to care. So she out. You know, the other two can stay.
Yeah. I'm gonna say I'm gonna say Mila gotta get out too. Shion's been good so far, and Velvet is one of my favorite female characters in gaming. So, yeah, Mila, get the fuck. Plus, like Mila is like just a genderless spirit that just so happened to choose a female body, if I remember that correctly.
Oh, so that's a trap.
No, that's not the case entirely.
No,
I'm not gonna get into the spoilers.
That's early.
No. Because there's stuff that gets explained in her route and later on in Jude's route, especially if you sit there and watch skits like I do.
Okay, I don't think I played Mila's route. All right. So yeah, well, anybody else who y'all getting rid of on this one?
I'm gonna get rid of Mila, just because I like Shion as a character so far, and I think her story will have a satisfying ending. Velvet, although she's not a favorite of mine, she is a good character. And Mila, I just never cared for Mila. Well, this Mila. I liked Zelia 2 Mila, that unfortunately didn't get to stick around. Let's just say that.
Yeah.
So it's good.
I honestly would have to say Velvet. I feel like Velvet's story of like how she changes over the course of the game isn't very interesting because I've seen what she is done better, on top of the fact that just I grade her as a full package. I'm like, design's okay, but supplementary material gives you better costumes. I love Christina V to death, but this isn't my favorite Christina V role, not by a long shot.
Hey, what's going on in this chat? Like, are they saying like Mila is a freaking Kane? Like, what's going on here?
They're asking about what you guys are talking about.
Oh, okay.
They're saying that because of what you said, and no, she's not. Mila is indeed a woman.
Okay.
That is even as a spirit, she is a female spirit.
Okay. I thought she just happened to choose the female form.
He says that, but later on, something comes up that's incredibly contradictory to what she says.
Okay. All right.
And it's even brought up in Exilia too, so it's like, oh, well, shit, you just... God lied to you.
All right. Riku Blake?
An opinion on this since I don't really know the characters other than Shion, and I don't even know fully of Shion.
So. Rate their boobs, Riku. Which ones don't you like?
Then it would go Velvet, Milia, Shion. Shion really don't got no boobs.
Jeez. This how y'all judge women? Like, what's going on here? By the boob size?
What's
going on here, man?
I didn't have an answer. I'm just.
He just answered
the Final Fantasy shit, right? I'm gonna base this off a design. So basically that same order, then I guess. Velvet, Milia, Shion.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna probably have to agree with Rico on that one. Just because what's his name? Shion. Yeah. I haven't played the game yet. I'm fully ready to be proven wrong. But just out of like the three of them, I think I like her design. Like they all have great designs, but if I had to get rid of one, I would personally choose Shion. Love Velvet. I loved her in Berseria, despite the fact I got 98% through that game. And actually, I should really go finish that final boss sometime this week. I should really go.
Do you have it on PC?
Oh yeah.
Second to me, and we can run through that boss like.
Oh yeah. Gotta. Okay. I should really get back to that. But Velvet is like female Shadow the Hedgehog, bro. I love her. She's great. And I don't think she showers, so it's even more of a plus. And and Mila kind of reminds me a lot of like Ange from Cross Ange and like Yang from Ruby, but not as as Yang from Ruby. So yeah, okay. I'm gonna have to get rid of Shion.
All right. I think that's everybody. And I was gonna try to maybe like replace Mila with Tyr, but I didn't know if that was a good idea or not. Oh yeah. Alrighty. That's a podcast. It's episode 69, people.
Wait, Shadow, wait. We gotta address something.
Oh, here we go.
So let me tell you all about this new trademark for Atelier Sophie 2. Not Rise of 3. For Atelier Sophie 2.
Right.
What's that?
Oh,
Yo, LP Guardian, bro.
Right,
How
Q
was
doesn't-
Atelier Ryza 2? How was Ryza 2, Q? We all want to know.
That was the first boss.
Look, here's the thing, right? To all the viewers of the HPMP podcast, you all know, as the husband of dreams,
That ain't answer the question.
I'm saving Ryza to for
Marriage, bro?
That ain't answer the question, bro.
And here's the thing, right?
That voice crack. Do it again.
I don't know. I don't know what Atelier Ryza. Right, sorry, I don't know what Ryza 2. Sorry, has to do with this Atelier Sophie thing. They're two different from two different franchises.
Look at him squirm, folks. Look at him squirm.
He is stuttering, bro. He is, bro.
Man got more excuses than the Danganronpa character on trial.
Oh,
Hey, but I kind of agree with Sosuke there. Like, what's going on with that first boss of Ryza 2? Like, well, what's going on there, buddy? Wow.
Look, Shadow, you can't be doing me like this. You know, I expect Suski's a hater, man.
No. This ain't about me. You see, I beat the games I play. So, again, how's the first boss of Ryza 2? I'll wait.
You know what? I'm wrapping the show up. Like,
That's what I thought.
hold on. Wait. I just checked on Steam. Shadow has 110 hours in Ryza 2.
Yes, sir.
It says Q has the game in his library and never played it.
Oh, Lord.
no, there's no way. There's no way.
Crazy.
Oh, man. Say it ain't so.
Say it ain't so. That's not true. There's no way I've never played Ryza 2.
I can post the screenshot, bro. Shadow can put the screenshot on the bro. Hey, he can do it.
Oh, man.
Let me see it.
If you listen closely, you can hear Cornered from Phoenix Wright playing in the background.
Oh, Lord.
What are you talking about?
Look at this, people. Somebody take a look at this. Somebody take a look at this here.
Somebody look at this.
Look at this.
Man,
Oh, let me see if I can just put this up. Oh, my goodness.
Shadow,
Oh, no.
No.
Look at this dude.
Ace Breaker with the super chat saying, "Come on, Q, what happened?" Oh no!
Look, you know what? I'm telling you guys, I've done 8 hours and 9. Technically, I've done 9 hours in the game. Look, I don't know what it is.
Not according to Steam, you haven't. Was that on the Nintendo Switch version?
Oh, it's on my Steam account, actually. I don't know what you're seeing, Blake. Maybe.
I mean, Steam tells everybody the hours of games you play.
What are we all seeing here, Q?
He's gonna put it up.
I got 110 hours in this game.
That looks like LP Guardian, who just says he has it in his library.
Oh, Lord.
Steam is lying on me, and I don't know why. You know.
So Shadow, you excited for new potential Atelier games since you are the husbando of dreams after all?
Oh, man.
No.
You know, as being the husbando of dreams and the guy that actually plays these Atelier games out here in these streets, I am I'm surprised that Sophie is coming out. I expected another Ryza game because I beat Ryza 1 and 2. You because
you want to say that again? Sorry, Shadow. You want to say that again for people in the back?
One more time. Look,
I finished Ryza 1 and Ryza 2.
Ooh, he finished on Ryza 1 and 2. Ooh.
Coming at me with the bass, Ooh, You know
what's crazy? If you Google new Atelier game right now, it'll link you to an article in February saying surely the next Atelier game is Ryza 3, and I'm pretty sure Q wrote that.
I didn't write that up.
Surely the next Atelier game is Ryza 3, but all I see is Sophie.
You hate that. Yeah,
you know,
it's like when everyone thought Pokemon Z was gonna happen, and then we got Sun and Moon.
You know what's gonna happen, right? If I stream Ryza, if I were to say, you know what, I'm gonna finish Ryza 2, and I streamed it, how many?
Started first.
No. I've done 8 hours. What are you talking about? How many? Of you guys Ryza? Here's the thing, right? When I was streaming Ryza 2, right, I was streaming it, and not a lot of you guys showed up for my stream. And then I switched to something, I can't remember what it was, and a lot of people showed up. So I was just like testing the waters, and I was like, okay, maybe I can't stream Rise. I'll just have to play by myself. But the problem is,
somebody say Q, more like L.
Oh,
oh yeah, say it again.
We got some L's in the chat.
As a husband, man, the fact is that sometimes a review copy comes in, and you gotta play what the review copy is. And you guys are haters, man. Look,
did you get your review? Did you post a review on your channel?
For what?
Yeah.
For Ryza 2?
No, I didn't.
What? Oh, right. But you got the review code?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Oh,
Oh
man.
Oh no!
Oh,
Koei Tecmo's not sending you any Ryzen anymore.
Here's the thing. I've reviewed every other Koei Tecmo game that they've sent me. It's just that
What?
I didn't get around to it. So
Did you review Ryzen 1? Or did you not play Ryzen 1 either?
I believe I did review Ryzen 1. It's up on my channel.
Let me check right now on the Steam.
Oh, man. All right. We got to end the podcast for Q. Q digs himself in the hole.
Unnecessarily exposed. You hate to see it, but it sometimes be like that.
I got Ryzen 1. We played it together, man. We kept up with Ryzen 1, and I was playing it on Twitch. You know this to be true. Yes?
I mean, yeah, I do remember, but you didn't finish it, so,
Shadow, the horrors. You just betray me like this, I expect this from Susuke. I expect this from Blake, not from you, Shadow.
Expect what? You got exposed, boy. You can't sit there and act like you ain't doing nothing wrong. When you
Upon further research, it seems LP Guardian owns not only both Ryzen games, he owns Atelier Furious, Linde and Seoul 2,
really?
Miryu, Ranoa. I don't even know what was you got the best, right? You got the best Atelier game right there. You got Atelier Totori, bro.
Q, what was all that about Atelier starting with Ryzen? I thought those games didn't exist. Clearly, you own them.
Here's the thing, right? Those things showed up in my library somehow by accident.
Oh my god.
Cool. So they did. Shadow,
we got a super chat from Ace. We got a super chat from Ace saying press F to pay respects to Q. Put some F's in the chat.
Jesus Christ. Look at F's in the chat. Q's out here exposed. You my guy, Q. You my guy, but man.
Oh no, Shadow, you cool.
Oh yeah. Do it again.
I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry.
All right, let's get out of here.
That's true, Kogan. We need a shirt for Q that says "Here's the thing."
Here's the thing, right?
Oh, you know what? Speaking of shirts, right? I just want to I didn't say this to everyone, but the mouse mats that I had arranged for, they've come in for the HPMP podcast, and I haven't shown anyone it yet. But they're here right now. So I think it's about 3 of them. I'm definitely sending one to Shadow, but the other 2 could be for anyone. So, that's out here. And I'm keeping an eye on you.
I didn't say nothing.
I know you, Riku. I know you didn't sit down. I'm keeping, you in my good books, Riku. We love each other. It's all good.
So Q, why do you only have one achievement, Ryzen 1?
Really? One achievement, and you want to? Okay.
All right. We gotta end the podcast. Q is just dying. He's dying here. He's on life support. Like, we gotta end the podcast here because it's just gonna go down a rabbit hole. Let's go with these outros. Bob.
Thank you for having us on as always, and thank you all for coming out to episode 69 of the podcast. It's definitely one to remember. I recently did a video on Tales of Arise talking about how pretty much it wasn't bad like I thought it was going to be, and it pleasantly surprised me, so go check that out. Hoping to have a lot more videos for you guys in the next month if a certain something comes together, but I'll keep you up to date with that. Other than that, enjoy your nights. We will see you next time, whenever that is.
Riku?
Tell people. That's all I got for you.
Sosuke?
It has been your boy, Arisu Sosuke, the Wandering Gamer. He who finishes his games, even though they may not be on time, he definitely does. And if you want to see a certain somebody play a little fighting game known as Melty Blood Type Lumina come September 30th, I will definitely be streaming that and covering that for y'all, because you sleeping on French bread greatness. That game right there, that's going to be the fighting game of the year, I'll tell you right now.
All right. Blake?
It has been that time. A big thank you to everyone for coming out. Normally, I'd say subscribe to my YouTube, check out my Twitch. I'm not going to do that. Instead, I'm going to tell you guys we are 38 days away from the release of Super Robot Wars 30 on Steam. The second preview will be dropping on Wednesday at 8 a.m., where they will be giving us the last trailer before the game releases. We're only 38 days away, and it is sure to be one of the greatest JRPGs released this year.
Jesus. And Q?
Yeah, man. So, it's the husbando of dreams, I'm just gonna say here, we are here for the waifus, and
Are ya?
I'll be taking my title on the way out, Q. You can drop the whole act. KJ, yes, Melty Blood does have rollback. Just thought I should include that.
All I'm saying is, here's the thing. I'm going to stream.
Here's the thing.
I'm gonna stream Rise. Right? I'm gonna stream Riser, and you guys better all show up. If no one shows up for me streaming Riser, I'm gonna consider this you guys just out here just to hate, right? I'm gonna stream Riser. I'll finish it on stream, so there's proof of everything. Then we'll see. You know?
I mean, you already lied to us. So I don't think we owe you anything.
I never lied to anyone. What are you talking about? I never lied to anyone. What do you?
We'll see about that.
Yeah, technically we just exposed him for not playing the game. I don't think he really lied.
Everyone knew I didn't finish Riser 2. You know, everyone knows that. That's just a fact. You know?
But did you finish Rise 1?
Yes, and Shadow knows this because I was playing on Switch. He knows I was playing on Switch. Shadow, you should be defending me here.
You weren't playing
I'm
at
sorry,
4K? Are you sure you're doing okay?
You sure? You sure he was playing Riser?
I don't know anymore. I don't know what's real anymore in the streets.
Spoofed account.
Either way, I'm gonna be streaming today. It's Monday here because it's 2 a.m. here in the UK. So I'm gonna be streaming today. Hope you guys show up. It's not gonna be Rise. I'm still playing Tales of Rise, but yeah. When I do stream Rise, you guys better show your asses up for my stream. But anyway, hope you guys have a good one. Yeah, we out here for the waifus, so it's all good.
All right, and you guys know me, Shadow Elite, Mr. JRPG, the primary antagonist. It's been a while since I uploaded a video. I hope to get one out tomorrow. I'm going to talk a little bit more about Tales of Arise and its success. So be sure to be there for that and hit the like button when it goes live. Anyway, we are out. We'll try to be back here in 2 weeks or, whenever we can. All right, that's it. Bye.
Deuces.